comprehend. Share na democracy be this. I been a democracy be this. Bala blue de buga, say nothing they happen. Money they breakata, if you buy them all. 2023 we no fi forget you. The most fraudulent election in my country.
Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be fraudster.
Next argument. Leave the rest for the next argument.
Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be fraudster.
Are you calling him dignity?
Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be fraudster.
Mr. Yakubu, how much you collect? Professor, your reputation they smell. No be waiting we vote, no be you boss like a town hall. Different from Bala Blue. Say if we know like come, make we go to court. 300 billion with no result. Election for Nigeria, I next select. No be the people decide, now Mahmoud select. Now that they force the people to congratulate. It's so funny, I can't really comprehend. Share na democracy be this. I been a democracy be this. Bala blue de buga, say nothing they happen. Money they breakata, if you buy them all. 2023 we no fi forget you. The most fraudulent election in my country.
Mr. Yakubu, Emma should be fraudster.
Next argument. Leave the rest for the next argument.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Okay, let's do this so that you guys can have enough time to talk to yourself. We call this broadcast talk and go home and sleep. But I'm here because for me, Roshi, especially Ogasi, let me talk. I'll get to Nigeria as well.
He's still a laugh.
He's still a laugh.
He said a body long fever in Nigeria they suffer. You know the meaning of body long fever. Now in Nigeria. That's a banger, I beg. Madam Rita, your mouth too, your tongue too sharp, man.
Continue from where you stop. Talk to us. After you, then we go to Nigeria. Then we'll take it from there. Manage yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to take over like how Black Panther and Nigeria.
Before you even go, Madam, Mr. Elvis, apportion that time where we're low before that time will become apportion and well, I beg. So, Madam,
Okay. Let's do.
You don't fear no apportioning meeting. You fear.
Fear waiting. No, I don't fear. So that you know we are the driver now. So maybe referee of the match, please.
No, it is Black Panther to Nigeria that will take, and Dr. CM. When they're talking, they can talk for 10 hours straight without even pausing. So that's why we might need to portion it.
Nigeria and CM, they do that one. To Nigeria and CM.
I don't even remember saying people did for the platforms.
All right, but we have enough time. Don't worry, we have enough time. So, but at least let one person talk maximum 10 minutes and allow others to talk. When you reach 10 minutes, make we stop them. Thank you. Go ahead, madam.
Okay. Okay. As per the bottom fever, like I was saying, it's very unfortunate, that we have to start dealing with this, and this time of our life. It's sickening. It's sickening. I'm actually really getting angry. I could feel the anger from Mr. Magnus Oraka's expression. And a lot of Nigerians are feeling that way. Where are the Festus Akamu? Where is he? Where is FKK, the toothless bulldog? Where are they now? They're all quiet because these men, they all have 10 SUVs in their car, in their house, minus the one they give to their side piece. So right now, everybody's feeling the body long fever. So this is situation. It is so painful because when I saw the increment in gas prices, fuel prices, I was like, oh my God. I actually had a tear in my eye because I was now thinking, how can the regular person we see every day, how can they even eat? Forget about transportation now, because everything is a ripple effect. It is a very serious problem. Sometimes we in diaspora, we should sit back and just sit back for a moment, especially those who are supporting this evil and malevolent government. Sit back and just think. If they've increased fuel like this, a mother who has a small stall in the market and she takes transport to go to her store, let's say she spent 500 naira for bus fare. There's nothing like, let me not even bring abroad 500 naira. Now, Tomorrow she will enter that same car and they'll tell her, Iye is 700 naira. How do you think that woman is surviving? Then when she gets to her store, after complaining and talking and stress from trekking, she's going to increase every single price of her goods. The regular man or woman that is managing comes to buy that good. I'm just trying to describe the ripple effect. Comes to the store and say, Mama, please, I want to buy 4 seeds of tomatoes. And she tells her, oh, things have increased, or transportation is increased, or that 4 seed is 2,000 naira. Then you, the person that wants to buy it, your husband gave you only 1,000 naira because maybe the wicked governors have not paid the salary, if he's even working for government, or the money they're paying is not even enough. He has not paid house rent. So what he could afford is 1,000 naira. She has not bought other things, only tomatoes. These are the ripple effect I'm talking about. And then you have people in NNPC, people in Asurok. You are seeing disbursing billions of naira to just the National Assembly members. Just imagine. That is why it touched me today. I was just teary and like, oh my goodness. Many of us who live in diaspora, we don't know I don't want to judge, but I don't think we know the magnitude of what these numbers mean. Looking at it on the screen or looking at different skits people making is actually different from the reality of what a regular Nigerian is suffering right now. It is a very serious situation. That's why I think this anger is needed. Maybe it will break off the scales of the jazz that they made Nigerians kind of aloof. I heard in some countries in Europe, when they even increase price of bread, people are like, there's an upheaval. Everywhere is going crazy. This thing has been going on since last year, since this darkness came to Aso Rock. Every day is one thing or the other, without apologies. And then Akume had the audacity to say we should bear it. I don't understand what is going on. I understand, but I don't understand. It's very deep. Please, those of you who at least have some little conscience and are supporting this government or giving excuses, think very well. Just sit down and think what is going on. We're just talking about subsidy and fuel, because fuel is like a major mineral that's used in every aspect of Nigerian life. Your businesses, in schools, everywhere, in the marketplace, in the office, everywhere. We need electricity, and most people are using fuel, petrol, PMS, to even diesel to generate these generators just to make things go okay. Even just to even sleep, even in the theater, in the hospital. A woman is having C-section right now, and then they don't have money to buy diesel or fuel. Please think very deep right now. A woman is having C-section or even a simple surgery as appendectomy right now, and there's no fuel just for the surgeon to use. I'm not going to go to the medical field now. I'm just talking about fuel, PMS, petrol. You see what the ripple effect is causing people? How painful it is. I am just so sad today. It's like tomorrow they increase it, nothing happened. The dollar is Nigerian naira, the value of the naira is going down. And it's just like, I don't understand, but I understand. At the same time, I still don't understand what's going on. Where is the Festus Akamu, senior advocate of nonsense? Where is FFK? Where is FFK right now? They're all quiet. Femi Bajabi Amila, all those aspirants right now, anybody, for example, in those states, you want to be governor or any other state. If you don't have something that shows us that you know what it is to govern people, that understand what the pains of the people are, don't just give me that, there's no good road, there's no light. All those ones are dated. Those are dated campaign promises, dated, old, obsolete. We don't want to hear solutions. We want to hear solutions. We need to take out this man. Judiciary, they should not play any funny game. They should just do the right thing. Judiciary, in case you don't know the right thing, I am not going to tell you what the right thing is. Just in case you don't know the right thing is number one. We are not going to do a rerun. I repeat, we are not going to do a rerun. Number two, we all know, according to the Constitution, electoral law, 25% of Abuja, for you to be a winner, forget about the 2/3 now, 25% win in Abuja, and Peter the Rock Obi was the only man, was the only candidate that got that score. So therefore, you have to declare him president with immediate alacrity, immediately. That is the right thing to do. And then bring a Black Maria, declare that the Nigerian police force, the chief of what they call them, the chief of police, all the security agencies, head to Aso Rock or wherever it is, because I know Agbado is not in Aso Rock. Even if he's in the office or he's in his house in Abuja, get him arrested. Get him arrested. Get Mahmoud Yakubu arrested. Festus Okoye arrested. We will start from there. But please, first of all, immediate declaration of Peter the Obi as the rightful candidate that was voted for by every single Nigerian. He got the highest votes and he got that prerequisite, 25% of Abuja. He got it. That is the only thing Judiciary has to do right now. Because if you're not sick and tired, I am not just livid. I am sick and tired on a daily basis of hearing how hard life is in Nigeria. I have family in Nigeria. I know most of you have family in Nigeria. Even if you feel that all your family live in diaspora, at some point you are still kind of attached to Nigeria, because you are helping people go to school, feeding families. You know the money you're going to send is going to be more. If you have mothers or fathers, you know what you're going to be spending is going to be more. Don't ever say you're not interested, because you don't know one day, this thing happening in Nigeria would affect you. We've seen a lot of diasporans who have worked hard, sacrificed, and wanted to invest in Nigeria. They went to Nigeria, and what happened? Their life was taken away from them. So that's the Nigerian factor. So don't say it's not going to affect me. Don't say that, because it's going to affect you. That is what the judiciary should just do. Just declare, even if he's in his house, carry the Chief Justice. Oh yeah, let them swear immediately. We don't need any fanfare. At this point in Nigeria, we don't even need to go to Eagle Square. The man wants to work as far as last year. Peter the Obi wants to start running the engine of Nigeria from even last year campaign. So all those fanfare of Eagle Square, we don't want all those hula balloon. We don't want just bring the Chief Justice, swearing him in. Baba, that is there. Their wife is there. That's all. We don't want any jamboree. Nigerians were in so much pain. We don't want any jamboree. And before I go, in case I forget, I know it's already 19th already. Peter the Obi, my president, the man that has inspired and awoken the political scene in Nigeria. Happy birthday. God bless you, sir. I heard that I think he's going to Jos. I think Nigeria, what you're playing, is going to Jos, to stay with the IDP camp. If you like, those of you who are on the other side, those of you who are blind, if you like, say he's using this as an emotional blackmail or to score a political point or whatever. Now you know. Tell una guy may go back to Guinea, whether not Guinea-Bissau or Guinea-Conakry. I know, he's not a Nigerian. Tell him to go back to Guinea. He should leave Aso. They should fling him into the Black Maria. Police bundle him up and send him back to Guinea. We will pay for the flight. If they don't have money, we will pay for it. Let him just leave. Let him just leave. And the other ones that are Nigerians, we will know how we will deal with them. But please, Judiciary, just put Peter the Obi, please, because we are tired. We are tired. I am fed up. I am tired. Thank you.
Even if they feel he's pretending, the mere fact that fire has been burning in Plateau and other parts of the Middle Belt, we've not heard them try to do anything to quell it. We've not heard them trying to create solutions.
My sister, they have body lung fever. They are not all right. We have Professor of Rice and B, Wole Soyinka, all these people that come, Media, Dele Alake, fake senior advocate of nonsense, Professor Sakamu, all of them that you even some bishop, pastor, they are quiet. In the midst of evil word that is hovering around Nigeria. We don't listen. Judiciary don't do well.
Agbado don't have any plan on security.
They all have no economic plan.
Listen to what this Adamu Mumu they talk. Adamu Garba, the Mumu. He's saying that bear with President Tinubu. He is working to get us on the right pragmatic pedestal.
My sister,
Tinubu knows
Adamu Gaba is an overfed orangutan. He has nothing to offer. He's a airhead. There's nothing in his brain. So let's not forget about his opinion. That one is not somebody to even listen. That one is he's just this overfeeding that is worrying him. You know, some people like that. I don't waste my time.
They are acknowledging that people are suffering. Why would they unravel that kind of hardship on people in the space of how many months? 2 months? Less than 2 months. He's unleashed this kind of hardship. How much was petrol when Buhari was in power? Was it up to 300 naira?
At this point, all of them should go for a mental evaluation, because you cannot spend bullets. You're talking about bulletproof when people cannot even eat. What is wrong with our nation, for Christ's sake? I think many of them, they need mental evaluation. Many of them are not okay in their brain.
They've lost touch.
My sister, they are not normal anymore. It's not about they have not lost any touch. Mentally, they're not okay. That's the point we are in right now. Because somebody is hungry and you not spend billions or just for a metal, a vehicle, bulletproof.
Or furniture. Imagine that. That is what they are prioritizing.
Does it make sense? Where is the common sense Senator Ben Bruce? Where are you now? Start talking the common sense. Where are you? These are the people we should be calling out. Where is Ben Bruce, Senator Ben Bruce? Where are you? All of a sudden, you don't talk about common sense again. You know, you're not talking about spending money. Wait, he's talking about spending money to pre-order a flying car. Is Ben Bruce normal? Many of them are not normal, Nigerians. Many of these people, they need mental evaluation, because people cannot be starving and you are paying money for bulletproof. Does that make sense? Oh.
It is really Niger matter, except if somebody does not care about Nigeria. It is so painful. The lack of
Mother Rita. Sorry, Madam Busy Breeze. I understand how Mother Rita feels.
Yeah.
It's terrible. The situation is real. You know, that is what I expect from you anyway, or from anybody. Because it's tough here. It's really tough here. When some of you are saying that these people have lost sense or track or whatever, or they are not well and all that, you know, I disagree, because the only reason why I disagree is that have these people ever been doing anything good in this country? So it looks like when you say somebody, they have lost their brain, they have lost this or that, that's somebody that used to do something good, right? So these people, they just get worse every day. So there's nothing good they have ever done for Nigerians. So we should say it how it is. These people are just heartless. As we're speaking right now, these people are listening to us. They're smiling where they are. This is why I said they must be handled with an iron. They must be handled with an iron hand. I'm telling you, Nigerians, for us to look back and start proud of our country all over again, our ex-satanic leaders and present satanic leaders must be handled with an iron hand. All of them. These people don't care about you. These people buy houses in abroad for their wife, their children, buy them nice cars, Ferrari, Bugatti, Lamborghini. These are what their children drives abroad.
Oga Elvis, the most painful part again, right? They buy them those things for this. They destroy young girls' destinies. All these small girls you see, small girl with big God, they are the ones. They will carry Nigerians' money and go and give their side chick. Destroy small children's lives.
It's terrible. It's terrible because, guys, you guys must understand the reason why you see it in tomorrow that most of these people, their children don't come on social media to talk about what their parents are doing is bad. You see, we have a long way to go. Let's hear from someone else. To be honest, I understand how you feel, Madam Rita, but that is what I expected, you know, from you. It's terrible. I'd like to I'll go to Nigeria. It's good to have you on the panel. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Ninja was greetings and greetings to everyone on the panel, the chat, and to the viewers. And Rita, take it easy. I know how this stuff is coming across, and I I've seen some of your messages before today, and maybe your day will come. And this, when people refuse to do the right thing, the day of reckoning might show up, and these people will pay for all the things they've done. Um, you see, this I heard somebody say something about the House of Assembly. This is how to recall these people. I think that is something I support. If we can be getting, because these people are the ones passing the laws, all the budgets and everything, they are the ones releasing them, including the ones that they pass for themselves. And they are all in our constituencies. They are in different constituencies all over the country. And if we are change our culture to start targeting them, and have an operation, whatever you call the operation, operation cockroach, whatever you call them, removing the cockroaches from the center. Because these people, they are just going there to feed themselves and tearing the country apart. They don't care. They are completely. It's just all the people we think that used to do us good before. Many of them are actually compromised. We just didn't know it. We just didn't know it. The other day I was hearing Bami, I think it was the former chief of army staff. I was furious when I heard, and that was the former general. I was furious when they asked him because he was on this channel and they were talking to him about security issues in Nigeria. And he was just waffling all over the place, not even making sense. Maybe it's his age. I don't know. I don't want to hold his age against him. But because I was on the chat and I was complaining that the country is messed up here. He had talking about fixing this, that we need more soldiers to secure the country because they were talking about the instability in the north and around the country. Then he was like, then they put it to him because one of the reasons why the journalists decided to take the case up, because one of these channels that support Tinubu, was because I said even Tinubu made a case in Chatham House about this security issue that this general is not doing. Then the journalist went on and said, as general, don't you think we need to recruit more people into our military and the security forces to protect the country? He was like, no, it's not about the numbers. I was furious. I couldn't believe these people. I don't understand. I said, how did this man get promotion at all? If he doesn't know, how did he even get one promotion? Because if you go to any country in the world, you can see the difference. When they tell you that Nigerians, we know about security, our military is good, it's because we are dealing with our fellow Africans that are just as useless. When these people they leave our country, all these people that we think we are trusting, it's just because our eyes are not open enough to see that they are actually deceiving us. That is why. That is the problem. Until you go, and I keep saying it, we ourselves should be doing our own research, looking at how other nations are functioning.
Oga to Nigeria, as for me, I've never trusted any of them. So I don't know the people that were trusted them. I've never trusted any of them.
Litre is calling on Ben Bruce now, and some of all these people that we think that are, people used to trust Oshomole. When I heard him talk, I said, no, none of them I trust.
Is it the same Oshomole that came from my state?
I don't trust them because the moment he say he was going to hire my son, like these people are crazy. They don't know what a nation is built upon. We have the people in Nigeria. These people are standing our people down. They are telling them, don't do anything, be useless. And the only usefulness you have is going to serve our masters. That's their masters. That is the only usefulness our Nigerians have. Just the other day, I was hearing a Nigerian in a European Western nation saying that he had to step in for his university to convince Nigerians to travel over because some of the Nigerians were not accepting the offer the university was offering them. So another Nigerian went and convinced the Nigerians to come and work for them overseas because this is the name of the game. And we never make any plan to get them back to Nigeria. So look at what Tinubu has done to Nigeria now. Within how many months? Nigeria's currency has lost 25% of its value. That's black market rate. I'm not talking about the lower rate. How can you unify a currency and both sides lose in one go? Now, you now see all the trips he's been going to the West, what he's going there to do. He's made it easier. When they devalue your currency, you are devaluing the people. Yeah, you means that if Nigerians in May are at least 25% less worthy right now. So if somebody used to use 10 naira to buy Nigeria before, now they will just use 8 naira or £7.50 to buy Nigeria, because this man had just devalued Nigeria. In short, within 2 months, that's what he has managed to accomplish. And petrol price has gone through the roof. Nothing he has done so far has shown that he wants to be transparent with anything. He wants to assign all these House of Assembly members all this money that nobody has the right to stop them from doing. He wants to spend money that we don't know how the money is going to be spent. Most of the money that they are saving from subsidy right now, the way he's spending it, he's not telling us ahead of time what the money is meant for, where it's going to, who has it. They don't tell us anything. And that is a big difference. If you look at most of the policies that he's pursuing, I think it's probably similar to what Peter Obi's policy is. But the problem is that the implementation is total lack of transparency, haphazard implementation. This is the same people that we are insulting and Emefiele, that Emefiele didn't implement the
Mr. Tuneja, I'm sorry, Mr. Tuneja, please, I just want to make a correction. Peter Obi's manifesto is not, I repeat, not the same with what Agbado is doing. People always say that, and I'm always correcting. It is not similar in any shape or form.
Okay, tell me the difference.
They not just continue talking. I'm just correcting you. I'm not here to explain. Go and read the manifesto. Thank you.
What I'm saying is that in terms of security, he wants to increase the size. In terms of this is subsidy, he wants to get rid of it. In terms of manufacturing, he wants to do more of it. All those things, but is in implementation. That is where you see who actually means to do it right. Because if you look at when Peter Obi came out and said this subsidy removal, he supports it, but where is the transparency on how you're going to spend it? Where is the preparation for how you are going to allow people to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal? And it also depends on what you are going to do with the money. Like the other day, I pulled up companies in the West that are actually manufacturing things that they are selling. Some of them $2 million, £2 million. And that was in the UK when I was checking. They were selling companies that actually manufacture things that probably have intellectual property rights, logistics information, where they can get supplies of things, quality stuff that Nigerian government could leverage to invest in. Instead, they want to give people 8,000 naira that's not going to change their lives. That is what they want to do with almost half a billion US dollars, when they can invest this money in creating more than 100 industries in Nigeria. But no, this is the way they like to waste money in Nigeria. These leaders, the way they operate, they are designed to make us stand down so that we cannot function. Our country right now, the economy, the way it is running right now, is depressed because of the insecurity level in the country. We are an economy that is $500 billion US dollars, can easily get to $1 trillion if we fix the security. Can you imagine, with just little investment in security compared to the increase in GDP that you are going to gain from 500 billion to $1 trillion within 4 years? But if they tell them to just invest 5 billion, 10 billion into security, no, they won't do it. What kind of human beings do that? It tells you that these people, there's something wrong with them. I've been saying it. These are the
can I interject you?
Time.
Can I boost one of your point there? You see, if Nigeria does not go on self-consistent in terms of food production and exportation of your products that you grow and your mineral resources, and you do a lot of manufacturing, you cannot go into the realm of $1 trillion economy. That one is virtual, because Nigeria now is a mono economy. It's a mono economy because it depends only on oil. And the difference between Obi is that Obi wants to make it an economy that is versatile basically on production and self-consistent in food production.
Yeah, and one thing I like about Peter Obi's approach is transparency, because I've always believed that if you want to fix a country, other than enemies forcing you to fix, to combine and work together as a nation, because one of the ways nations generally work together is when they have been invaded by another force, and after that nation leaves, those nations come together, they put their differences aside and build a country. But one other way you could do it that I'm beginning to find is through transparency, because if people know what is going on in the country, everybody will be on the same page. And generally, when they want to be on the same page, it's for something positive. And it's going to discourage corruption. And this is one of the things Peter Obi keeps reiterating all the time. And that is why whenever Tinubu is saying all the nonsense he's saying, and yet all the money is being hidden, you don't know who is. That stuff is driving me crazy. Why do Nigerians trust these people with any money at all? Not one penny you should trust our Nigerian politicians with. Nigerians should not even trust each other with this thing. this in one naira, because we have seen that even people that you trust once, they will go and steal the money anyway. So we should be making sure that whoever has got the money, like that subsidy money now, who's got it? Is it CBN? Who's got it? We want to know. And where are you going to put the money? How much is going to go to this? How much is going to go to that? And one other official was just saying online when I was watching a video online. He says if they go and release this subsidy money, which is about $800 million, that 20% will not even get to the people that is meant to get to, because the people that are ready to receive the money is already set right now, waiting for the money to show up. So this is the level of corruption we practice in the country that is just scary. The scale is out of control. We have to start putting systems in place to make it transparent. And to do that, one of the ways is what the previous gentleman said. And I think that's one of the most powerful things this thing that has been said, because electricity, this guy they call electricity, is also promoting this idea that we need to hold the House of Assembly accountable. And he is working on a project to find a way to be able to galvanize and these localities that have all these senators and House of Assembly members to recall them. Because you can recall them at any time. And if you set an example with 5 of them, they will learn. They will learn that they are never safe with that nonsense they are doing. And if Nigerians get used to the fact that they can punish these people for what they are doing, next time when they get in there, they will behave themselves. And because of that, you are going to also enforce transparency system in place. If you make a system transparent, what do you think is going to happen? Everybody is watching what is going on, and then it's going to discourage the thieves from coming in. Then all the people that want to come and steal from the country will just go and find some other business to go and do, instead of coming into politics to come and enrich themselves with billions upon billions of dollars. If you want billions of billions of naira, I mean, if you want to secure yourself, I don't have a problem with security. But what are you buying furniture with billions for? If you want to have armored cars so that you can be safe for your constituency, because after all, some of these leaders are supposed to be responsible for millions of people. So that is fine. But how about your furniture? Why do they always throw the old furniture away? In a country that we are living in, are we living large? What money have we got? We keep chucking furniture away, and they don't even tell us what they do with them. What do they do with the old furniture? They just sell it to each other or something, and then they just spend another set of millions to do this.
Those are one of the SPVs now.
Then there is also the issue of this thing. What was that they do again? Training. They spend billions on training. What are you training them for? Yeah, the billions for universities, you barely give them for training. And as of politicians that went and ran for office need heavy training that will cost billions. What kind of some of the things people are doing? I don't understand how they can be so out of touch at a time when you just increase costs for everyone else threefold, and you go about just doing it. It just shows how. I'm telling you, even somebody that used to be like, what they call it, that used to be like for this, like, I'm not saying it's for the cabals, but he often speaks their language. He was like, so the way things are going, this could lead to a revolution at this rate. It's not like he supports them, but he often talks like he echoes their voice. So I was like, if you are sounding this alarm, it means that we are in trouble. And within how many days they are talking about palliatives, and now they are recalling the palliatives because they know what is happening right now is sooner or later is going to blow up in their face. And maybe that's the whole plan. You don't see these people, these leaders are awful people. They are willing to explode that country for their masters. That's what they are willing to do. In the end, we are the ones that are going to suffer. That is their whole agenda. These people, they don't have any brain of their own to run their country for the interest of their own people. Tinubu went to Kenya the other day, and I was like, why did you run for office? I don't understand. Why did this man run for office? What is the point? What kind of vanity is this? You run for office, you are clearly not in the position to do this job. You're not in the right physical situation. Your voice is not even there. I'm struggling to hear him from the mic. When other Nigeria needs energetic people right now that is going to force this country forward. But this man goes in there and just sits there, and now there's lack of transparency. Boats are they are catching people that are stealing oil. They burn the whole thing, no proof. They are not dragging anybody to court that they've caught somebody that is stealing our oil. The same pattern is going to repeat itself.
Can I help you out, interject for a minute? You see, when we analyze when they started the political whatever they were doing, We analyze Agbado very, very, very uprightly and holistically. We analyze him. But some people came and told us that, oh, is this, is that, is this. Now, because we know the mindset of these guys, that is why sometimes me, I'm not moved again by what they are doing, because I already know their mindset. I already, forecast what they will do and what they will not do. So what's the big deal? Like a big deal in it? They are going to continue with what he said it himself. They're going to continue with it. So what's the big deal? I know this is the trajectory. So I'm not bothered, because you were even complaining about security when he was saying 1 million. I knew that he was not going to do anything on security, because he said one thing. A lady, the woman leader, asked him, "What do you have for the North?" He said nothing. That if he tries to do anything, he will be cut off. His
Yeah,
life will be
that
cut
lady
short.
said that. Yeah, that lady said it.
So
And
what do you expect from him? Nothing.
the other day he came out with full security. I was like, how about real security? People are dying in the country. Women are getting taken away, and we know all the kind of abuses that go on with the women and the girls. Not want to mention what happened to the women, and you are still there. There are farmers that don't go to farm. Nigeria's economy is, it stands still because there's no security. Given, to me, security is an economic investment. I don't, how these people think. I don't know how wicked they are. They are really, what I consider this is just downright evil. Because how can you hold the people down this way? You hold them down to remain poor so that their future will be blighted. Every day we lose power in that country, the whole world is leaving us behind, and they make sure we remain in that state. What kind of human beings are these? And no matter, I say this, even if they blackmail you, even if your life is at stake, you can't leave your country like there's no way. And if this man means, if Tinubu means business, and you see him really rejigging the security infrastructure in Nigeria and wants to increase the size, then you know he means business. Any leader that doesn't do that, they don't mean business. They don't want to fix the country, because whatever they do, the problem will remain. No matter what they do, the problem will remain, because all you need is somebody to show up from somewhere and the country will be ablaze again. People just die all over the place, because you can't have soldiers everywhere. I don't understand. These people don't understand that human beings cannot be everywhere at the same time. I've been in the UK, when in the UK there was a protest, a riot that was going on in the UK. And even in the UK, where they have a lot of police, the citizens decided to start showing up in random places. The police were so stretched that they had to go and secure only one area in London, which is mostly the rich areas in London. That's where they went and protected. That told me clearly that you can stretch security forces very easily, because the numbers they have is not enough. And that a general of all people, was saying just they should send people if they have the political will. What kind of political will is that? Egypt has 1.3 million soldiers. They are half of our population. Our GDP is bigger than theirs, and you want us to be lumbering around with 140 something thousand that is barely equipped. What kind of people are these? And you leave your country losing more than $100 billion a year in GDP value. Why would you advocate such a thing? For me, I've never seen anything you can invest. Even education, if you invest in education, that is long-term investment, because by the time you put money in education today, maybe in 16 years' time, you start getting the rewards from the educational investment. But that security one, from the very next year, in short, almost immediately, you start getting reward from it. And yet, that's the one Nigerian leaders will never want to do. It tells you these people are compromised to the bottom. And any leader that doesn't fix that first, that is a signal that they're not going to do the right thing. And the moment Tinubu started talking about food emergency, palliatives first, and he's talking about the synergy between the different security operations, I know this guy is coming to con us again, because they are going to keep the nation the way it is, keep us asleep. And if we don't wake up to this threat that these people are putting on us, I'm telling you, this nation, they will run this nation to a point whereby we go into anarchy, and that anarchy is not going to result in our benefit. That is what they want. That's what their masters want us to do. And on the other front, this I found that there was this emir in Kwara that decided that it was a good idea to ban a traditional festival. I was like, okay, how is it that this is the priority of these people? These are big people in the country. These are supposed to be in charge of so a lot of people, and you go and start banning traditional this type of stuff is the kind of stuff that kills nations from inside. This is how the nation becomes divided. When you have a people that want to ban other culture because they think Islam or Christianity is going to be the best for the people. When I can't, and this is supposed to be a secular nation. This is supposed to be a secular nation. Something like that should never be happening in this country. And you don't see, okay, Wole Soyinka did condemn that, which is very, that was a week later he condemned it. But this is something that should not even be contemplated at all in this country. And one other thing I found out recently is that it just occurred to me anyway when they say traditional leaders, because I heard this, I saw a National Assembly member go to the north, and he said that he was attending a traditional leaders this in kind of a palace to go and meet the traditional leader. That their agenda is to give traditional leaders constitutional powers. In other words, give them representation constitutionally in the country. But then it occurred to me that what he's calling traditional leader is technically a religious leader. That he went to an emir. That is technically, because that I noticed that in the north, what they call traditional leader is religious leader that replaced the traditional leaders. I mean, it's just a few centuries ago. While in the south, our traditional leaders remain in place. So, and when he goes to the north to do this thing, and I hear that someone is banning festivals of the Oshun, this priestess or something like that. I'm like, what kind of attitude is this? And this kind of stuff in Nigeria that we really need to stop, because we need to confront it. If we are not honest with ourselves, this kind of gap that they create in a country that they can lead to conflicts. Like in Sudan now, part of the conflict in Sudan is also Arabization that is going
All
on in
right,
Sudan. It's not
round
only
up in
about
1 minute
different
to
powers.
Naja.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that
I'm good. Thank you for all
1
the
minute.
time you've given me. To be fair, it's really very long. So I don't like a situation whereby within the nation they are trying to divide us amongst ourselves. Leaders that are doing those sort of things, they need to be ostracized. And I heard the way Rita, the passion in her voice, and she's been saying it repeatedly. And there are people like that. And I've been giving this one, and I said, nations that don't change, sooner or later, when the reckoning comes, traditions, religions, all of them will pay a price. They will wipe every single one of them out, and you're going to see very, very terrible images of the actions that people will take against these people. And it's not going to be sensible. Innocent and guilty alike will face reckoning. And if these things are not fixed peacefully, and I believe one of the ways to do it peacefully is what we are talking about, holding our representatives accountable. We have to start changing our culture to target these people. It's one thing to protest one day or 2 days, but if you don't target them and remove them from office, actually get scalps and remove them from office, they are not going to learn that the people are the ones that they answer to. Thank you.
Thank you. I've got to Naja. Before that, I would like to quickly. There was a poll we put in the previous broadcast. So that was the poll right there. I put it on Nigerians rise and remove Tinubu now. A matter of life and death. Group calls for. Yeah, that was a statement from a group that the previous video that we played on that particular broadcast that time. So I was actually asking the audience, do you, support the protest? So I put it right there. Yes, I support for a massive protest. No, I do not support any protest at all. So 88% of the people support a protest, a massive protest in Nigeria. Why 12% don't support it at all? So I thought I should bring that in. So, but before I move on to the people, I'd like to quickly appreciate Sportscam. Thank you very much for the super chat and the opportunity you wishing our principal a happy birthday. Stella Imaseredo, thank you very much for the super chat. Faith of birthday, thank you very much. I appreciate you all, my people. God bless you all. Continue to press on the like button. We are still here. So I'm going to give opportunity for Mr. Chris to talk to us now. Mr. Chris, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Good evening,
Good
Chris.
evening, Mr. Nanjao, and good evening, everybody on the panel. It's been very, very interesting listening to everybody, and I think basically everybody has spoken well, and by and large. Mine is that I'm just going to look at this whole thing from a whole new, different perspective. Well, it goes on to say what I've been trying to tell us for a very long time, um, is that it's very clear to us that we are responsible for the savior of our nation. The responsibility of saving our nation rests squarely in our hands. No matter what the external influences could be, yes, the influences are there, like I always maintain. But we have to understand that the sole responsibility of saving this nation rests in our hand. If we are united, if I say we, now I mean the leaders as they currently stand, if they are united and they are ready to do the right thing, you just see that those external influences will be minimal. There is no country that is not suffering external influences. Now just look at all the decisions that has been going on in the country. The subsidy, the furniture allowance, the everything, all these stupid decisions. You can see which one of them was orchestrated from the Western world. None. It is just our inhumanity to ourselves that has led us to this condition that we are in right now. If you look at the divisions, the way we treat ourselves unequally in the country, you can see it has nothing to do with Western influences at all. It is because our leaders are greedy or they are outrightly stupid. The same people that protested, the professors, the cash activists are not activists. All those people that protested in Lagos when fuel price was just like 100 naira, where are they? The same people that called obedient, what was it again? He called us fascists. Where are the people? I mean, Wole Soyinka in particular. Is he not talking? I don't know that we are making reference to the fact that he kind of counter that Emma in Kwara. How did he counter him? He was just patronizing the man. He was patronizing the man. Why did he keep quiet now? Somebody that stopped a whole traditional festival in a state, in a secular state. They cannot call such people fascists, but it is the people that are protesting for their right, people that are just talking, preaching for good governance. Those are the people you call fascists. Where are the people that used to call obedient names on social media? Where are all of them? Even those we trusted before, that campaigned before, that we thought they were for the people. Why are they all keeping quiet? Is it actually true that what Tinubu said, that what money cannot do, more money will do it? Is it what is actually happening? Is it that Tinubu has used more money to do what money cannot do? Because it's becoming mind-boggling. The people you expect that they should speak up, people that have been on the side of the people, they are all keeping quiet. But it is only when the thing affects some section of the country, that's when people will start talking. That's why everybody will remember they will be opening their dirty, smelling, rotten mouths to be talking as if that's the only place that things are going on in the country. Look at the atrocities going across the entire nation, and they just keep quiet as if everything is okay. It's only when it happens in the southeast that's when everybody wants to generalize. Everybody wants to tag it on the politicians there. I'm surprised. How come these same people they are not the killing? The guy in Plateau in Benue State. Take for example let me take the Northwest. Why have they not linked all those things to Muhammadu Buhari or Kwankwaso or the people of the Northwest? Why is it that if something that's not as grievous, if it happens in the Southeast, you want to use one brush to rub everybody in the Southeast and paint that region as if that region is the problem of the country? Is it the region that's responsible for this new economic catastrophe going on in the country? We are talking about fuel. Fuel has gone up to 617. The same people that couldn't bear it when Jonathan was in power, when things were not as even 100 as worse as this, they are the same people that are telling us today to bear it and keep quiet and be patient with Tinubu. The same people, they are keeping quiet. The same people that can rant over people that are just doing the right thing, but they are keeping quiet and looking at the people that are doing the wrong thing, destroying the nation. This woman, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, we knew how much she spent, 500 billion every year for the poorest of the poor. Who are the poorest of the poor? There's no record of the distribution of that fund, no record, nothing. And these same people, they kept quiet, the so-called activists. These were the same people that attacked Jonathan. Anything Jonathan does, then it was attack, and attack. The same people are keeping quiet. I'm not saying they shouldn't have attacked Jonathan. But the question is that if you can attack Jonathan, then so why are you keeping quiet now? Can't we all see that there's a deep division in this? It's just a situation of we versus them. As long as you are not from one part of the country, you will be treated differently, either you like it or not. And that is what has exactly brought this nation to its knees. Let's not forget, there's this Buhari's in-law, the Accountant General of the Federation, that made away with 280 billion naira. And this same man, his tenure would have expired 2 years earlier, but Buhari kept him in power. They left him there for 2 extra years. And what did he do in that 2 extra years? He stole and stole and stole and stole. And yet nothing was done to that man. The same people, they know clearly well that somebody like Simon Ekpa, everybody know that it is Simon Ekpa that is giving out the instruction that is causing mayhem in the Southeast. And they refuse to address this Simon Ekpa as a person, but rather they address everybody in the Southeast as if they are all in collaboration with what Simon Ekpa is doing. Whereas in other sections of the country, they single out the people that are causing those atrocities and put the blame on those people. So why can't they do the same thing? Why can't they use the same approach in the Southeast? The reason I'm just saying this is just for us to know the root of the problem we are facing in this country. You want to tell me that if it's any other person from any part of the country that won this election the way Peter Obi won the election, they will be doing all this they are doing? The nation will go into flames. It will go into blazes. It's clear that we are not one in that country. And not until we all open our eyes.
They did it with Abiola now, didn't they? Abiola even died in prison on top of it.
Naija, please, if you want to have a debate with me, please, we can have that debate. Okay?
No, I'm just highlighting the fact that they do it to other section. I don't think it's only
any of your shenanigans, okay?
I'm just highlighting the fact.
Have a debate, we can have a debate. Because the story of Abiola, I know your style. I know your style.
I'm just highlighting it.
The narrative, the one that benefits you.
No, but you are painting a narrative that there is only.
Do you want to have a debate with me?
I can't. If you want, it's not a debate. I'm just highlighting a point that is factual, so that you correct the point you are making.
Do you sincerely want to have a debate with me?
If you want to have a debate, I'm not running from a debate, but I'm not doing this to debate you.
We all know that the story of Abiola is quite completely different from what we have now. We all know that.
It's different?
Yes, it's completely different.
But from the Southwest point of view, they will feel like because their president is from the Southwest, that's why they cancelled it. That if it was a Northerner, they would have allowed them to. They will feel that way too. And look at how Kudirat lost her life. Abiola
No. It's completely different. Don't let us go into that one because
you would have allowed him to finish. So that I'll just take him to the cleaners since that's what he's looking for.
No, I'm just saying that the idea is that it's not. This is something between the elites and the people. They tend to deny the people what is good for the people. Whenever they get a chance, they tend to do it. People voted for Abiola all over the country, and they took it away from us. People voted for Peter Obi. They took it. They are looking to take it away. They've not succeeded yet because the court case is still going on. But they are looking to do that too. So that is the commonality you see there.
No, true Naija, the case is very different. Don't let us go into that one. The case is very different. If we go into that one, it's very, very wide. Don't let us go into that one. There's a difference between a military regime and a civilian regime. Don't let us go into that one. There's a big factors that make that one to play its course. So that one is quite different from
Of
this
course,
one we are
it's
having.
always going to be different. The what remains the same is that it happened to a section. Some section of the country will feel like it's because the person is from their side. That's why it happened. Because after all, Shagari was sworn in, but when it came to their turn, and somebody that was very good for the country, they denied him. This is the victory. Peter Obi, this thing almost won. That's in terms of the election. Because it's obviously in case now they are trying to steal it again. So it's the same thing. It's not that dissimilar in terms of depriving the South or somebody from a region from becoming president. And some people feel like it's because of the regional thing. Personally, I think it's because of these corrupt people. These corrupt people don't want a leader that wants to do the right thing.
I'm sorry, but I really don't get what you're saying. Honestly speaking,
What I'm saying is that the elites, the corrupt ones,
It's my
want to
time. If
prevent
I
people that want to
finish,
make
you
positive
talk.
change.
Naija, listen, if I finish, you talk. I gave you time. I wanted to see if you make sense from what you are going to explain. But as usual, it's just, if you want to defend something that's indefensible, you just come with some level of shallow arguments. Arguments
I'm
that
not
cannot
even
really be
making an argument. I'm
substantiated.
just
Wait, let me
highlighting a
finish.
fact.
If I finish, you can talk.
Why are you being defensive? It's not going to be defensive about.
I
It's
was
just a
waiting to
fact.
see. I was waiting to see if you have improved on your submission, but it's still
Oh
the
my
same
God,
you. It's
man, you
still the
guys,
same
man, I
you.
don't know what's wrong with you.
See, it's still the same you. So the truth is that
So
I am not
Naija, let him
getting
finish. Let him
into this
finish.
tribe with
You got me?
okay. Never ever going to get this with because it's just like the back and forth you had the other day. You were asking questions about exempt certificate, and then you want people to clarify that too. You think I'm going to get into that with you today? No, no. But thank you. You have derailed my train of thought, but that does not mean I'm not going to continue from where I stopped. But for your argument, I won't get into it because you are not serious with the points you are making. Now, the truth is that it is obvious if you are saying it is not because it's a section of the because the person is from a section of the country. These people they are saying it every day. Kwankwaso, no other, no lesser person than Kwankwaso said so. He said so severally in several fora on national television. El Rufai made that clear. El Rufai made a scathing statement, bringing down the religion and the section of some people. And you are here still defending what I don't know. So you see, okay, let me, like I've said, I can't even get into it because you are not ready for an intellectual discourse.
You want to have
Okay?
it. If you want
So the
to have a
point I'm
debate, I can
making,
debate it.
I'll be rounding up soon. The point I'm making, the summary of this whole thing is that the chaos we are experiencing in the country today is man-made. They are all Nigerian-made problem. And the solution rests in the hands of we Nigerians. Once we have decided, especially those at the helm of affairs, if they have decided to do the right thing, I think Nigeria is going to move forward, irrespective of the influences from any country at all. Every country are facing external influences. Countries are competing with each other. It's not new with Nigeria. It is only when you let your guards down that's when these external forces can have a greater influence on the decision-making processes in your country. So that's just the point here. So that's why we all must rise up. We must rise up to ensure that we are able to make sure that we get this mandate back. And one reason why these external influences, why they hold sway over our leaders, is that most of these leaders, they are tainted in every ramifications. They are tainted. They have their hands soiled. These external forces, they have all their files. They know how to control them. But in the person of Peter Obi, we have seen an alternative. We have seen an alternative. This man said, if you can trace any corruption, anything to him, he will stop campaigning. What a profound statement. So for a leader that can say that, just imagine if we are able to fight and have him in power, he will have the freedom to do whatever he wishes to do. without fear of favor, without thinking twice. He will do the right thing. And it's not just a statement for the future. He has demonstrated that he can do it and he will do it again. His lifestyle reflects everything that this man represents. He has been saying, go and verify. There was a video Nigeria was played yesterday that since 2016, this man has been saying, go and verify. So it's not even related to this election cycle. This is what the man has been saying. Go and verify. Nigeria was actually made a point yesterday that this man can you even say, can we say that people should go and verify the life we even lived just 5 years ago? How many people will be bold to say that? But this man has come out. He has made this point clear over and over and over and over again. So the point in all this, the kind of leaders, the people in power today, they are not going to save us. They can't save us. Their luxurious lifestyle will not allow them. Their dirty past will not allow them. Their bigotry will not allow them. Their sectionalism will not allow them. Their cluelessness and visionlessness will not allow them. But in the person of Peter Obi, we have found a savior. And it's our responsibility, it's the responsibility of every truly well-meaning Nigeria to ensure that this mandate is restored. Thank you very much, Mr. Nanjawa, for the opportunity to contribute. Thank you
Thank
so
you, sir.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
is it Peter Obi's birthday?
Yes. So
Uh,
please, everybody on the
Okay,
panel,
can
I want you all to use opportunity to wish Mr. Peter Obi when it gets to your time. Speak to him. Tell him anything you know you want to say. But for me, hold on, please.
sorry.
I want to use this opportunity to celebrate my principal, Mr. Gregory Peter Obi. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. We love you. Uh, Mute yourself now. Happy birthday, Mr. Peter Obi, my Excellency, His Excellency, my principal. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you very much for coming in for Nigerians at this particular time. Before you came into the light, we never knew that we can take over our country. We never knew that we can unite as a person or as Nigerians. We never knew. We were trying, but we were hoping for it. But you actually pushed it. You pushed everybody to get to know that, yes, it is your country. You can take it back from these satanic people. Mr. Peter Obi, we want to say thank you very much for all you've done for us. We are expecting a lot from you. We are waiting for the day the judiciary will declare you as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigerians are patiently waiting for you to come in as our president, a country where we can now start to be proud of our country as a Nigerian. At this particular moment, I can categorically say that 90% of Nigerians are not proud of Nigeria the way it is at this moment. But you've given us hope. You've given us the reason to fight, the energy to continue to push on. Thank you, Mr. Peter Obi. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. A lot of people are very, very, very patient, waiting for the decision that's going to come out at the judiciary. I wish you long life, good health, God's protection upon your life, because we need you to rescue us from this doom. Happy birthday, sir. Thank you. All right. Everybody on the panel for now, before we come back to other submission, I want everybody to have a minute or two, maximum 2 minutes, to wish Mr. Peter Obi happy birthday. I don't know who is available, but I'm going to start with Mr. CM. Mr.
Okay, let
CM,
me go.
your
Thank
2
you.
minutes start now for birthday.
Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, my former governor, Okutendi Igbo, they call you, in other words, the rock of the Igbos. Today is your birthday, the anniversary of your birth, 62 years if I'm not mistaken. What it means is that, or what your birthday the one you are celebrating today, what it means to Nigeria. I think that is the most important birthday to everybody because of the situation Nigeria has found itself. Nigerians are looking forward to you coming on board to come and rescue them. Rescue them in your own unique way, with your own way of management, not wasting, how to cut costs, cut waste. That's what Nigerians are expecting. As you celebrate your birthday today, I want you to reflect. Reflect on the problems of the country. Of course, you must do. Reflect deeply on the morass that have enveloped our country, how deep the problems are. Obviously, by this time, while you were getting ready, you may thought that things were the way they were. But given the realities of the country since May 29 to now, you must have known they have to go and redraw, sort of reevaluate your strategy and then up the ante. Now, people say when you get in, you hit the ground running. This is not running, it's flying. You have to fly. So on your birthday, I wish you God guidance and protection, strength, increased wisdom. Above all, you have to be humble and be open to Nigerians. If you what part of what I want you to do is you have to adopt a strategy whereby if it's everyday broadcast or every week you speak to Nigerians on what you are doing, because confidence is the major prime mover, is the prime mover of economics. When the people are confident in you, they can go home and be doing whatever they're doing, the hope that yes, whatever you are telling them is what they're going to do. So on your birthday, I wish you all the best. You have to be ready for the tax ahead. It is more than you must have anticipated. Even me, nobody expected Nigeria to get to this level. Naira is ascending at over 1,000 to the pound. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ogasiim. Thank you very much. All right, let me go to Busy Brains. Are you still there with us?
I am live and direct.
Okay, 1 minute or maximum 2 minutes. Happy birthday wishes to our principal.
Dearest Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, happy birthday. I just want to really, really appreciate you. You've given Nigerians a sense of purpose. Your emergence as a presidential candidate has taught us has not only taught us, but has shown us what leadership should be. In this short space of time, you've made a lot of us very involved. You've inspired a lot of us to go in the mud, to be part of the process. You've given the way you've led us, we've all gone out, we've taken our assignments, we've become lawyers overnight, we've become debaters overnight, we've checked, we've become politicians overnight. And it is because of the way you've led us. You've led us by example. You've shown us that it is good to be good. It is good to lead with example. You've shown us that a Nigeria that works is possible, but only with the right people at the helm of affairs. And I trust you, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, that you are going to do the job that that the people have mandated you to go up and do. I believe in you so much because you are leading with love. I see the way you love people, and no one that loves will hurt. And what we are seeing right now is that our leaders hate us. That is why they do not feel the pain that we are feeling. But you love us. We see and we feel the love that you have for us. And it is on the power and the strength of that love that we know that you will turn Nigeria around. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Okay, Madam Rita, please, your 1 minute birthday wishes.
Yes, so my president, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, happy birthday. You have been making sense since 62 AD. Traditional rulers call you tsunami, but I would say you are God's gift to Nigeria. You are God's gift to my generation and and even older generation. You are God's gifts to the generations unborn. Thank you so much, sir. Have a happy birthday. My prayer is for you to have good health. My prayer is for you to is for God to give you more wisdom, in dealing with um taking us to the promised land, taking Nigerians to the promised land, taking Nigeria, God's gift to the world, to where they ought to be. Thank you very much, sir. Enjoy your birthday. And please, at least, sir, get some rest. I know you're going to spend your birthday, with the less privilege, but get some rest. Enjoy your family. I pray for good health. I pray for sanity. I pray for that God's direction. Affliction shall not be your portion. You shall excel and succeed in every plan that you have for Nigeria. God bless you, sir. God bless you. Thank you very much for all the sacrifices that you are taking for us. We see you. We acknowledge you. We understand where you want to take us to. I want to say thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mother Rita. All right, Mother Patricia, are you there? Okay, I'll move on to the next person. Let me come to Black Panther. Please go ahead with your birthday wishes, please.
Hey, Okute, the great lion of Africa, the Roko that can never be followed, the man that was born on this day. And the salt came, it represented the sweetness. Okute, Mr. Peter Obi, you are the sweetness God has brought to take away every tears that has come into the eyes of an average Nigerian. God bless you as you take the step of greatness, looking forward to a great Nigeria. May God bless and order your steps. May God take you to where you want Nigeria to be. Indeed, your word that came to us, all Nigeria brought hope. You spoke to us. A new Nigeria is possible. Those words I know that did not come from ordinary. Those words came from your heart. The heart that God gave to you. A blessed and a good heart. May God continue to order your steps. May God continue to make the fire burn in you. May God continue to lift you in every way. Protect your family. As you go forward on this journey, the dream of our forefathers who fought for this revolution, the dream of our forefather who spoke word that moved the earth. They spoke this word that there will be a time the Nigerian nation, the sovereignty, shall be taken back from the hands of these wicked people. And today mark the day that a great man has come into our life who represent the salt of the earth. May God bless you. And I wish you a blessed and a prosperous birthday. Happy birthday, Okute, the Lion of Africa. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Tunaja, please go ahead. Your 1 minute.
Yeah, happy birthday. And clearly you are not born today, but you were born sometime in the past. And thank goodness that we are all here for reasons that we don't know how we got here, but we mark these things because we want to mark the fact that we are grateful that you are around. And for me, birthdays are just to remind us that we are here for a purpose. And the purpose that we're here for is to make our experience here more pleasant than we've met it. And I see that you are doing your best to do the same for your people. and you are fighting and setting very good example for Nigerians, and it's something that I will encourage. And I hope that you put on more armor, because there is a lot of fight ahead. And because from what I see in our nation, you need a lot of perseverance, which I think you do have. That is why, partly why I support you. And be safe, and wish you long life. And because what else is there in this world other than to serve and make life better for the ones around you? And I think you do actually represent that. You do your best to help the people, and you do your best to set a good example for the current, the elders, and the generations to come. And I hope a lot of people learn from that. They really do need to learn to be like you, not just to support you, because that will make our nation, that would have saved our nation if more of us were like you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, to Nigeria. Okay, Oga Chris, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, 1 minute, sir.
Happy birthday, sir. Sir, you have changed the trajectory of politics in the country forever. And the first time that the people in power are accusing you, the you that you are contesting, and the people that has all the military might, they are accusing you of rigging election. So, sir, that shows that you are just an uncommon politician. Sir, the hope of 220 million Nigerians and the whole of Africa rests on you. Even before you have been, even before you even won the election, you have already been used in Africa as the standard of what a true African politician should be. So I join every Nigerian to wish you happy birthday. In times of great uncertainty, true leaders like you emerge to provide a beacon of hope for the nation. Through your unwavering commitment and visionary approach, you have revitalized the spirit of our nation. You have instilled hope and optimism in the hearts of the people. Sir, your ability to empathize with the challenges faced by our citizens made you approachable, allowing you to connect deeply on a personal level with everyone in the nation. Your words of encouragement and messages of unity have resonated across all segments of our society, transcending the barriers and bringing us all close together as a nation. Sir, in the face of this adversity, you displayed remarkable resilience and determination, tackling the nation's problem head on with unwavering resolve that you demonstrated when you were the governor of Anambra State. Your pragmatic approach to problem solving and strategic decision making has inspired confidence in our collective ability to overcome challenges. Sir, though and through decisive actions and transparent communication, you have make sure that we are beginning to have trust in a nation. A lot of people have lost hope in politics, but you have brought this hope back to the nation. Sir, we look towards you. The hope of the black race rests squarely on your shoulder. I want to use this opportunity to wish you a happy birthday and very many returns. Sir, it is clear that there is no way the history of Nigeria and Africa will be written without your name being written in pure gold. You have set the standard for politics in Africa. You have raised the bar above every expected level. You have ticked all the dots, you have crossed all the T's, and you've dotted all the I's. So I join the entire nation and every well meaning black man on this planet to wish you a most happy birthday and many joyous return. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful speech right there from you, Mr. Chris. Thank you. Appreciate every one of you for your wonderful birthday wishes to our principal, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. This birthday wishes is coming from Niger Wash Media. We're going to be sending it directly to him on his WhatsApp number when we're done. So let me call on the next person here. Let me go to Zizo B. Zizo B, are you with us? Okay, that's fine. Let me go to Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken, please unmute yourself, and you have only 1 minute birthday wishes, sir. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, I thought we were having 120 seconds. That's okay if I'm reduced to 1 minute. Uh, it's a it's a wonderful opportunity actually to really be a part of those who are going to roll out birthday wishes to our principal, a man who has inspired everyone today. We celebrate not only your birth, but also the incredible impacts you've had on the Nigerian politicians and a fresh definition of a politician. Your strength, courage, and selflessness inspires all. You embody the qualities of a real life superhero, always ready to lend a helping hand, fight for justice, and make positive difference. Actually, on this special day, I wish you continued success and fulfillment in all your endeavors, sir. Your unwavering dedication to making Nigeria a better place is truly remarkable. For you said, I'm not desperate to be a president of Nigeria, but I'm desperate to see Nigeria's change. I hope you know just how much you are appreciated. Thank you for your incredible service, your bravery in the face of adversity, even when you are threatened with arrest and all sorts of threats from the DSS and all, and your wavering commitment to standing up for the Nigerian people, especially the ordinary people. The impact of your integrity reaches far beyond what words can express, and your legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. May this day be a reminder of the countless lives you've touched, sir, and the lives you will continue to touch. You are a true hero and a leader of Nigerian politics. Have a fantastic birthday, filled with joy, love, and knowledge. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Happy birthday, hero.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ken. That was wonderful. Everybody here, may God bless you all. Thank you for the happy birthday for our principal. We appreciate you. Mr. Peter will be happy birthday to you again, once again, from Niger Wash Media. Thank you very much, my people. Let's continue with the broadcast. So, Dr. Ken, we are back again to you because it's your time to give your submission with all that we've given. I don't know if you'll be following us from the beginning of all the broadcasts today, but talk to us, sir.
Though I have not been able to follow, I was so busy.
Okay, we'll be focusing on, our main focus today is the hardship for the people back here in Nigeria, because of as you know that the fuel have gone up, right? Are you aware of that?
Yeah. I read about that today.
Exactly. So just talk to us. That's why we're having a late night now. Thank you.
Yeah. From the way things they work out for the whole country, we know that, and we have seen many people don't discover that this INEC catastrophe will happen to the Nigerian people actually is a regretful one. For the fact that I even see say Tinubu gather people, the gangsters of 1999 together to help him do what he won't do. That's the first place where I know say those who get fuel now at 700 naira, make them even thank God, because if there's a way you go fit store fuel, make you store, because if fuel not reach 1,500, definitely not be say this guy never achieve what he want to achieve. For me, nothing better. You can see the person will get vision, person will know how to solve the math. Who will know that Peter Obi, if he handle any of the topic, you can see the light of how it will reach where he won't reach. What you are seeing right now, it just be like saying, I just somebody say don't know waiting they can come with the other, just strong there. Now you gather this gang of thieves around yourselves to take us to The Nigerian people are just suffering. The only thing for me right now, our final hope is that there must be a positive outcome from the court. In the next few weeks, this whole thing will have a clear place where they go. And I be the main point will be say, especially everybody will say they won't try to fight for any kind of justice or anything. Today, I saw the CSO. They are already planning for a protest and they are urging Nigerians say they must come outside and stand for their rights, because this is either somebody buy or slowly you go buy the same buy slowly. So it's better you fight that thing now. And that is what they are doing. They are saying right now. And I believe that with the way things they go like this, this Mr. Tinubu has discovered that he has already failed even his own people will be say support him. He don't fail them. And concerning this, how many billion naira where they want to give 12 million people, these things I have already started talking to my small corner here that 12 million people where they gather say they want to give. How you manage to know them? And many people don't even have it. But my personal IQ here is that these 12 million people now people will be say they're put together saying that Buhari hand over people to able to vote for them, to pay them back, say this is what they give them. And that 6 months they don't mark to do now 6 months will be say in case say they can't sneak enter any kind of mischievous or unreality, which they call rerun. It already paid them. So okay, I don't pay una, so we go do what you want to do. Why 12 million people? How you manage to get aggregates in at 12 million? Now they suffer. And that money where they carry now to give unto these people. It's a systematic way to do this thing. That is my own way I see this thing. My own point is that this is where I am beginning to look towards the direction. When Showore talk about revolution now, we are waiting for the court. Nigerian people, a man that is suffering, you don't have enough to convince him, because a hungry man is an angry man. And I'm looking forward to the next few months when the judiciary will come onto the center stage and make their decision. That is when they go see, say, Nigerians, they have the meaning of their own way of doing their thing. I will stop for you for the meantime, and in the next few minutes, if I have the chance again, I think I will come on. But this is what I have that is really triggering my heart concerning this situation at the point.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ken. Thank you. Yes, on this section, anybody can interject. It's not a normal session. It's a session where I beg wear your shirt to I beg now live broadcast with this.
I beg, man, and what? Please let me quickly drop what I wanted to say before. Regarding what I want to say generally about given the economic situation we are facing now is that I'm convinced Tinubu has no economic plan. Borrowing money to share is never economics. It's only sort of ballooning inflation beyond what anybody can manage. He has no economic plan. The pressing need, what people are shouting every day. In fact, a government exists to secure life and property. That is the meaning of government. Without securing life and property, there wouldn't be any government. On security, nothing. Economics, nothing. Economy, in terms of power, nothing. All you're talking is how to increase your salary. So that tells you that the man has got nothing to offer than what he said at Abiyokuta, Emi Loko, Yoruba Loko, Emi Loko. That's all. A serious government would have first of all addressed the nation on the security policy, where you are headed. At least, because sometimes governance is confidence. When you raise the confidence of the people, they will trust you. That will carry them from one night to the other. He hasn't done that. There's no defense policy, nothing at all. Economics, nothing. All he's just doing inflation, borrow money. Maybe after this, okay, within he has borrowed twice. He said 500 billion, is it billion to empower women, and this one to subsidy. Although these are rubbish. This is not economics. This is not what we expect. However, On the flip side, Peter Obi coming in, Peter Obi said something on Arise News, and we hold him to that. When they pressed him on this subsidy, he said yes. He said, but when you remove subsidy, where are you going to put it in? Let people know where so that they know. I expect you come in, you might say, okay, what I want to do is on this issue of power supply, let us improve it. Within the first 6-7 months, there will be a sharp increase, even if it's by 2,000 how many megawatts. But where will the money come from? Remember, Nigeria is borrowing. Or you might say the level of insecurity in Nigeria is alarming. You want the service chiefs, when they come in, first of all, you take audit and inventory of how many battle ready, what is our military strength? Is that where we have to do police, intelligence gathering? You know the strength and say, look, for now, in the next 6 months, this is how I'm going to go. Part of governance is ability to communicate with the people. It's not that you don't know what, you may be in your cocoon and be planning every day, you do what you like. No, there's a way you bring out what you want to do. Say for now till the next, by now November, you're expecting from now to this, because that is how you do it. If you can't measure it, you can't improve on it. Anything you cannot measure, you can't improve it. You must have a benchmark. You said, okay, I come in, this is what we met. I've taken an inventory. The service chief, we've changed them. Or if we haven't changed them, on the day you change them, you address the people, said you change them because of this. And for now, you want more of kinetics or less of kinetics, but intelligence gathering so that you can nip anything on the board. There's a way you address the people together with your defense. As you are talking, they will all be with you. That is part of it. Then on the issue of power, you will now say, okay, if you are removing subsidy, one, it's either they are putting the money to go, because subsidy happens because we're importing fuel. The only way you can stop importing fuel is you are now refining it in your own country. How do you refine it? You need a refinery. Are the refineries there? No. So what are you going to do? If you remove the subsidy, then people are paying higher. The money, the difference you get, what are you going to do? You said, okay, you are now going to put it in this refinery, or you said, okay, that one is going into electricity. And this is what you've changed that with in putting this type of money every month or every day thing, we'll be able to give you so megawatt. There is the way it's done. When you are doing this, people will now go home and say, okay, look at where this country is going to. Somebody might say, okay, let's see if the power improves. I might relocate my business by January next year. Somebody can do this. So this has shown clearly that the government is just vindictive. He doesn't know what to do. To be honest, all he wanted was just to answer the name. After all, during the debate, they see that is the mistake. We are talking about Peter Obi because of what we had him talking during the interview, even if it's not a debate. By the time he goes into channels, Okimbalo will interview him, Ruben Abatu and Tundu Abiola in those days, and then Rufai and they will grey him. He comes back, he goes to, so all this has given us an inkling into how the man thinks. But Tinubu, there was nothing to communicate at all. They were shielding him, using all manner of excuses. It's not compulsory. We'll be on the same podium with Atiku and Showore and all this and be talking. Now we are seeing it. There's nothing. Just remove, okay, look at the way this petrol will just continue going. NNPC will be doing their own. By the way, what of theft? A person should have by now. So in fact, let me not put it. He hasn't got any plan. So by is then the on the day that Peter Obi is celebrating his birthday, it is good for us to put it as a memo. Apart from the birthday wishes, we've all done that. If he's listening or whoever is listening, he should know that look, whatever plan he had before or whatever timeline, he should now go and evaluate it, because the situation is so dire and so severe. I don't think Nigeria, with this type of hardship, something must have to give within the next coming days or weeks. People can bear it. Therefore, something must have to be done. It's not that we don't borrow. Borrowing money is not a problem. I mean, it's not on its own, like Peter Obi said, it's not on its own a problem. You will say You are borrowing maybe House of Reps or House of Senate approve maybe 800 billion naira for me. I want to take the loan. Where are you putting it to? The whole 800 billion goes into power. Maybe you've sort of costed the power that it will cost you maybe 1 trillion or so. You say, but I need 800 billion first for us to me to put it there. And when you put it there, within some people will see a gap, then that money is going there because you feel by the time you put the money there, it will pay it back. Not that when you carry 800 billion, then you now start to say there's some group of nurses you want to increase their salary. It may be good, but your purpose of borrowing that money is not to increase salary. You are borrowing it to put it to power. So carry everything and dump it there. That is how you get. If it's security, carry everything, dump it there. So that when people are talking, say, this is where I put it, and I put it in the sense that we've costed it, and this is the return. We're expecting a return maybe in 2 months, 3 months, 1 year. That is what we want to see. We see transparency, and people will now know, so that even without you saying it, people can easily start auditing you and probing you. They said, okay, he said he put 800 billion there. So let us see. But the benchmark was maybe 2.5 megawatt. Now, where are we? What are we having? Oh, we are having 3.7. Oh, we are having 8.9. Then people can now know. That is what we expect. But from this government, the way they are going, nothing. All they are doing is just beating about the bush. Somebody has fulfilled his life ambition. I can now be called president, and then imagine having time to go and threaten tribunal. If he had a plan, by the time he's executing it, he could have changed people's mind. Even now, those that mistakenly voted for him are even regretting it. Those that voted for him willingly are even regretting it. So Nigeria is in a dire straits. And it hasn't been in this. This is a case of hopelessness. There is no way anybody can convince me otherwise. That from what I'm seeing within the past 1 month, uncoordinated policy, things are just like everything, throwing so many balls in the air. You are not catching anyone. People are just, Nigerians are in a state of hopelessness, given the fact that we know how bad things were. The naira, what is it? The issue of a new naira, old naira, nothing. It wasn't the situation, and then you coming in, it's like he went to sleep only to ask for money. And then, by the way, how can a responsible government come in and what the most important thing is for you to increase the salary, your own salary? I thought when you come in, you slash it. You will say, as part of our economic policy, we want to lead by example. First, as the president of the country, my salary should be slashed by 50%. I urge members of the parliament to reduce their own. That will also make people to realize that, yes, even those that are beating inflation, they will know that we are heading somewhere. It doesn't mean you can increase it in future when things improve. But when you do that, you are telling the people that, look, this austerity situation in government, you want to cut the cost of governance. Then you coming in and you are talking of buying SUV. Nobody buys a car. No human being, whether businessman, nobody can buy. Talking of buying a luxury, when you are owing your landlord, you are owing debts everywhere. You are talking of buying SUV. Nobody does that. Nobody. No, you can't tell me. How do you sleep at night when you are owing everywhere? Things are falling apart. And then you come in, all you do is to go and, not even from the profit, you went and borrowed money. From that money, you want to buy a car. Nobody, it's only a stupid man that borrows money to buy a car for luxury. Unless you are buying a bus, which you can use for transportation to earn money and you pay back. Not you go and borrow money from your friends because you want to ride a car. It's like borrowing money to go and buy food and eat. How are you going to pay it back? So this is an opportunity for, I think Peter Obi must have, he's not living in somewhere different from where the rest of the people are living. He should reflect deeply now and know that the next minute they call upon him to be sworn in, he will he will fly, not even running. He will just be flying immediately. First of all,
I'm just looking at some of these information regarding the refinery. When you said something about all the signs are bad, and I was looking to give this government 100, that's 3 months to show us what their plans are. and the signs are not looking very good. For one, Dangote refinery was due to start, for refining oil in June, and we're in July. We've not had anything about that one. And from what I even gathered, the Port Harcourt refinery was due to have started the operation in early this year. Now the president is not even saying anything about it. It's like this will just give us platitudes and never really do anything. It's like, what is wrong with these people?
What I'm saying is just based on the experience, the way I see government work in the Western world. Confidence, that is how communication matters. Whatever, especially now that Nigeria is, I mean, if things are good, you can just sneak in, and then everybody, things are so bad that a broadcast, you talking to people, talking to Nigerians and reassuring, it goes a long way. People will say, okay, yes,
They're not even bothering to update us on a monthly basis on this thing. They are supposed to be updating people on what's happening.
And the type of communication cannot be a presidential, what is it called? The press secretary will write one article and they put, no, it's not what we want. This can be a case of the president leaving Aso Rock before you know it is in Enugu addressing one this and telling them that, look, this is the defense system. I know that the security is a challenge now. I've met with the service chief. We change them, the strategic areas, the field commanders. These are money I'm going to put, and I expect them that 24 hours non-stop will be having briefing. By the time you are saying this, and people will now see what they are trying to do. You said you've taken audit, though we are short. We are short in manpower in strategic areas. We are going to beef it up. We are going to escalate training. We are going. They are relied because this is like what is it called? It's called something like a period of emergency. It's like there's something like a plane crash somewhere or a building got burnt. It's just a fire service. You see the way the fire service are running, just like emergency fire brigade approach. That's what it needs.
There is no sense of urgency. The only urgency is food security, and now they are talking about palliative again. Instead of securing the country, they are worrying about palliative. We have IDP camps all over the place.
So you talking of increasing your pay? That is an insult. You don't talk. That is the where they missed it. 104% you want to increase the pay. You don't, it's not. That is high inflation. In the West, they don't believe in increasing salaries. Rather, they believe in making the price of commodity a bit stable. That is their own, the way they do it. Because if you keep allowing the price of milk to balloon, it means that you should be increasing salary all the time. So why not go to farmers, subsidize it? They keep it fairly stable while the salary you are taking is okay. So that is when I know that on the two major key issues that people expect to hear what is going to say on the incessant killing in the country in terms of defense. After all, the primary purpose of government is the protection of life and property. So it's defense. He failed it. Secondly, the economic situation is so bad that rather than you articulating one or two things to give people hope, you are telling them that you want to increase your own salary. That is to bring out inflation, and they are buying imagine SUV in a situation like this. If Peter Obi comes in, what you should be talking about, if there are 100 SUV, you bring it down to 2 or 3. Sell them off. We need money to put in the key areas. Put the money in the key areas so that they will start yielding, giving us results within the next 2 months. Otherwise, Nigeria will collapse. As far as I'm concerned, this government, it hasn't even if they came through the back door, they've not justified anything. Thank you.
Dr. Sir, in order to add to what you just said, right? In fact, I'm looking at it in this way. Bola Tinubu would have looked at it. I thought they say he worked in an accounting firm also. He would have checked, okay. He would have said, okay, I'm coming in. Let me look at the balance sheet. Let me look at the asset and liability. He should have just treated Nigeria as a company or as a bank or whatever. Look at the statement. Look at the state of affairs of the country. What is Buhari handing over to me? Where are the cash in the bank? Where are the cash at hand? Where are the assets that I'm going to work with? You evaluate all these things, because you need facts and figures for you to kickstart whatever he has to, for the people. So this is what I expected him to do.
Hello, Buhari. I think Buhari handed documents to him regarding this. This is one of the things they did in that day where they were giving him that award, GCFC something. So they gave him documents to let him know what is happening in the country, and he got in there and just started throwing things all over the place. Nigeria right now is in chaos.
You cannot come into a country like Nigeria the way it is. You are talking of buying SUV. That is my annoyance. This is quandamania. Is that what we are here for? Look at the defense. Security is the worst. Economy is you can't be talking of yourself. Whether you should be telling people that, look, when you came in as a sacrifice, the salary of your disease is 50%, you slash it. There are all those members of House of Legislators. They can live on a salary of 500,000 a month. They can. This is what the country
those SUVs, when he came in, do they say that they don't have SUV that is already existing in government? All they would have done is very simple. It's just for you to carry out an evaluation. When was the last federal government bought SUV for his House of Rep or for his Judiciary or whatever, or the arms of government? If you check, is it 2 years back? Is it 3 years back? At least, if you are buying a brand new car, bulletproof, right, you should take it a minimum of 4 years and above. So these are the things that you need to audit to ascertain what is urgent, if need be. That's the first thing we would have done.
The security situation is the most urgent.
Yes.
Followed by, because that is the reason for government. The purpose of government is secure life and property, not even to build industries. So the security, when you come in, okay, you've changed them. First of all, you talk to us. This is what you want to do, and then the theater or what was like a battlefield. In the field, what are they going to do? Intelligence gathering. In terms of espionage, there are so many things that comes under security. You address it and tell us that you expect, because you don't just say something. You said you're expecting that within the next 2 months, within the next few weeks, because that's how people will follow you. Everything is measurable. You don't just say something. That is the way it's done. Then on that, you said,
but he said that he was going to employ young youth. Is it to do 500,000 or 200,000 youth for in the armed forces or police also? Is that what he used to campaign? That was part of his campaign promise.
Isn't
it?
In the campaign, he doesn't want us to dictate his weak points. Now, you are now in the power. Can't you talk to us again? Forget about it, this thing. Can't you talk to us again? Especially on this issue, you may say you came in because there's a way you arrest you. If it doesn't inspire confidence, that's why I'm expecting when Peter Obi comes in, you have to first of all know that the people are looking upon you. You are the person there, and we know our problem. At least, even if there are no problems, people know that insecurity is a problem in Nigeria. The whole world knows. So we expect that to be number one. Secondly, our economic situation, the standard of living is so poor. But people will link it to because of lack of basic infrastructure like power, like maybe all this or that. We understand. And the Naira is not doing well because there's nothing to do or nothing exporting or whatever. And then oil theft in terms of the economy, you should have said, now oil is being stolen, but I assure you, but from this month, that's all. So barrels of crude oil will now be recovered that have been stolen. Added to this is the type of details. When you are giving it, people will now say, okay, with this thing is doing. If you want to remove subsidy, it doesn't mean you tell people that you're removing subsidy every month. This is how much comes in, and you are putting this, you've made it to be instrumentally that will go into electricity generation. If you sign contract with Siemens, you tell Siemens that this money is, you said it's maybe $5 billion. Okay, since it's $5 billion, I agree that every month, whatever we get out of our subsidy removal goes in there. So people will be, that's what Peter Obi is saying. When you borrow money, you tell us where you are putting it. Not when you borrow money, you're talking of SUV. This man is 70 billion. This one, what are we playing? And so look at
Auguste, see, if Agbado man is, if really is a people's person, let me use that word, if really he has Nigerians at heart, the first thing he would have done as a president that is in to deliver the dividend of democracy, the first thing he would have done is to update the Nigerians. This is the state of affair I found this country. Now that Buhari has left, this is the state of affair in this sector. This is the state of affair in this health sector. It just give us update on what you made. Then thereafter, you can now advise, okay, this is how I want to start. Just update people. Information is key. Feedback is very important. You know.
See, why would I disturb on ourselves? Everybody waiting for panel about this Badoman. He don't tell when I manifesto. He said, "Now my turn. That is to be president. I just want to make sure say I be president for my resume in case he die. Where they go? So they go presume rich resume for they say at least in rich president. He not come any debate. He not come interview. He tell when I said now my turn. Now be I want to achieve. And now what he try to do. So if you force that horse, you don't die. Make it. I mean, they beat horse, you don't die. You know go shake. He go do what he say want to. And he tell when I again say he won't continue from where Buhari stop. I don't know what you would fight this guy for. You don't go feel big what you not get.
This is the worst time to buy SUV. How can you be talking that?
Now.
You
look
came
at
in
look
to
at
buy SUV. Is that the problem we are facing? SUV.
wrong misplacement of
money. And you borrow money and borrow. Look, okay, let's face it. Can any of us here go and borrow money to go and buy a car? How are you gonna pay back?
Not even car for commercial purpose.
Car
for luxury.
Luxury. When you drive your park and go sleep, engine go there. In the morning you drive and go buy a car, come back, park, go party, come. How are you gonna pay back?
I hear that Alex was saying something about holding the labor representatives accountable for whatever they are doing there, because they did vote for these. I don't know whether they passed vote for the salaries and whatever is going on. So if they are passing votes, where did they vote? What did they vote? We want to be knowing all these things. And I talked the other day that maybe it would be good to have a kind of an ambassador on the ground in Nigeria. And Alex is as good as any. If they say they need to put money together every month to be giving him to go in there and find out whom are the ones that are traitors, and then we start strategizing on how to get rid of them from office. If it's to get half of his constituency to sign up and start the process, sometimes even starting the process will make them sit up. So we have to start putting fire under these people. And when you start setting an example with them, then they will learn, because Labour need to send signals that they don't represent this nonsense that is going on.
So which means this guy said
to Niger, you have a good point. CM, sorry, 1 minute, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. CM, you have a good point, but it's just that this statement you just made now with our labor representative is the responsibility of labor chairman to find a way to make sure that they give you feedback on what is happening out there in the house, because he's supposed to be the watchman right now, because those people that are there, they probably, some of them have not even tested power before. All these LEP 79, LEP 80, they got the opportunity and they are in there and they kept quiet. No feedback, nobody is seeing anything, nobody hearing anything from them. So it behoves on the Labour Party chairman to say, hey, guys, what's happening?
I don't trust people on the ground. People on the ground, they can get corrupt very quickly. The reason why we have a bit more effect is that we don't have much of a direct interest in Nigeria. But because people from here, when we are supporting somebody to do something on the ground, we can actually affect him without getting infected by the corruption and threats and all the rest that comes from Nigeria. Like Abure now could be doing some of all these things. They could be making a lot of noise, but they are not. When I said it the other day, people were like, oh, I'm criticizing. I don't know what it's like. Then let us overseas take charge and start doing some of all these things. Because these people, they need to be made to understand that if they go in there and they want to start misbehaving, they have a constituency that gets them their vote, and they can pull it away from them and put people that are actually going to represent the interest of the people, and that means we have to start setting up that kind of culture.
Because typical in the past, the way people get elected is you go and you demand money, you bribe your way, you pay people, you do all this money, people vote for you, even just you buy people's vote. But in this case, anybody going under labor, we never ask you for shishi. In the hope that when you get in there, you will be the champion of the people and then raise issues that pertain to us. I'm surprised. What is why I say disappointment that they are talking of SUV and there's a Labour Party representative, either House of Reps or this, and you kept quiet. You didn't rise up to say no. That after all, the people that voted for you are poor people. They brought you here because they never charge you money. After all, Okada, I heard that somebody driving Okada either in Enugu or Kaduna got elected as a Labour Party. How much did the person spend? Nothing, even poster. So that is the reason why people left all the money bags and voted for you, which means when you go there, you don't have to keep quiet because we have to see you when there's like you are given a scholarship to go and study without paying school fees, which means people expect you when you go there, you should be able to perform. After all, you are not paying anything, it's not costing you. So on that is the that aspect of
But it does not tell you something about Nigeria. This is one thing I've been warning repeatedly, that the issue with Nigeria is that one day they are honored like us. The moment they get into office, they start angling to enrich themselves because either through their own personal pressure or interest, or through family pressures. Because family will be telling them, oh, it's our turn. Local, time to me budget money. Let's start getting the money from the center. This is what leads them to this type of mistake. Because you can hear some of them come on TV and start praising Tinubu.
Because why I'm disappointed about Labour Party candidates is that you can't say that you spend millions and billions to get elected. People didn't take money. People, yes, mostly people elected. They did. So what then? What justification have you not to champion their cause? In the past, people will say, after all, I paid them, I bribed my way through to get in, so nobody should be. But this one, nothing. So the pattern changed. It's like Peter Obi getting in now. He wouldn't tell you that he was busy bribing people. He said no shishi. Even people were printing poster, printing a T-shirt with their own money. Ordinarily, it should have been done by the candidate. So that is the disappointment I'm having with Labour, particularly Labour. I know APC can play the politics of the old and PDP, but Labour is a disappointment in that aspect. But overall, what this government has done so far.
Can I come in here?
Yes, you can. It's so disappointing. Thank
you. See, thank you, Mr. CM. Thank you for giving me this little time to come in. There's one thing we have to note here is that we are running a system that was not agreed by us. We are running a system that was agreed by some oligarch and the military. And if we are going to make sure that the lawmakers are intact, we have to pave a strategic way to go about them. Because if you want to go through the constitution, whatever process, you might not be able to catch up with them because there are so many loopholes, my brother, in that constitution that is so annoying that we cannot even explain it. You see, there are so many factors I am looking at now, because if what I said earlier on this issue you guys are talking on, what my submission was that we need to know the mindset and the heart of and the procedure that chairman has or have agreed or have put forward in the LP legislators. We need to know the plan. Look, if we are talking about how we're going to call them in, call them out, the onus lies in the hands of the chairman, because the chairman is in charge of all the chairmen around the state, the local government, and the ward.
I wish.
He has a role.
Are we holding them accountable? We are not holding them accountable now.
We cannot hold them. See, we cannot get the trajectory now until we know what the chairman, when we ask him questions, and we know what he's saying, because he's the one that will direct us and will make us know the direction and the modus we are going to take against these people. Because one thing there is that there's one thing to say, oh, we want to recall them. And when you go through the process will hang you somewhere. But we need the chairman to tell us what is going on. When he tells us, we now know the direction the chairman, because the chairman is very important in recalling any legislator.
Are you expecting chairman to tell you something different from what you
No,
observed?
no. I want the chairman to come and tell us what plan they have agreed on and what kind of laws they are going to pursue in the National Assembly and how they are going to go about it. We got to know the mindset of these legislators. What is going on now is everybody just gambling like people that don't have parents.
Yeah, but the mindset is that we need to know. I agree with you. We need to know the mindset, and it may be more efficient to go through the chairman. But right now, they are passing votes in the House of this. What is the agenda, and what votes have they passed? There's no way to know that.
That is what me and you are on the same track. You now ask what is the agenda. That is what the agenda will come from the chairman in agreement with the National Working Committee that will tell us the agenda the party wants. Then we will now see the roadmap and we'll now start putting our own input into the agenda and we'll try to push forward a bill through them, and that is it. But we don't know anything. We are left in a desert. We don't know what is going on.
But Black Panther, when a bill is being debated in the House, at least for the little I've seen anyway, not that I've seen much, and you are looking for Labour Party somebody to stand up and talk, you didn't see. That tells you that maybe it's not of interest to them. That is
exactly.
That is no, because
they should be making noise by now.
You see, because whatever agenda you have with whatever meeting upon meeting or agenda with the chairman you have, we the people may not know. How we are going to see it when you play it out at the floor of the Senate or whatever they are debating. Maybe they said you object to this bill, you raise your hand up and you start talking. That will now tell us that, so this is the type of idea that these people are bringing. But maybe on the day of the debate, you are not even on the floor, or you were there, but you didn't object to it. So I don't need to know whatever. You don't need to come and brief me again on that you're on our side. When expectedly, you know that buying SUV, because, that is a shame. The money you borrowed to go and buy SUV for what now? Nigeria don't need all that. Is the waste, the rascality we are talking. Look at the place, so many problems mounting everywhere, insecurity everywhere, economy is almost zero, and you are borrowing money with interest to go and buy SUV that you drive, you park. It's an economic waste. It's an economic waste.
You see, now we are
can I come in?
Okay.
Is it Black Panther? See,
I wanted to explain one particular thing.
Okay, go ahead.
You see, what Oga CM is talking now, you see, you when they started, it is Obasanjo that started this madness of giving them money to buy cars, giving them money to rent out, give them money to do this. It was Obasanjo that started this madness. And because what was said on the house was that the houses for the legislators were built so that you wouldn't have that budget of giving them money for housing and all those things. Houses were built. But what happened? Some people played the trajectory that, that's a waste of fund. It will be a waste of fund in maintaining the house, blah, 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 blah. They now sold the house to the legislators. And now said they'll be budgeting every legislative year. They'll be budgeting, every new legislation, they'll be budgeting for them, for housing, for transportation, for toilet paper, for all this. That was what you are saying now was what they were telling us that, if we have a house, particular house for them, it will be wastage of money. Now, we are in there now. We are budgeting money for housing. It is now what? Wastage of money. We are now going back again. I think I think the political class have made a mess of all this.
You see,
they design it for themselves.
It takes somebody to stop all this now. That is it. That is what we are talking about. You cannot continue. When you come in, you see
are
this type of
correct.
thing.
Yeah.
It takes something. You know, it
See,
doesn't mean any nonsense can continue as long as you tolerate it. Let's say Peter Obi comes in now and said, look, henceforth, the executive bill or whatever, you put it across that you want to slash salary. There's not, it's done everywhere in the world. You are in an economic situation, an emergency, in dire stress. You want to cut salary.
For Christ's sake.
Yes, you cut
even
it.
Apart. See, sorry for interjection, but you look, apart from this thing, now which kind of work the legislation needs to become full-time job? Now every day, now we they sit down to discuss Nigeria matter, like what you go for 8 hours. Why must they be paid that heavy? Let them peg their salary to teachers. Whether they not go argue me they increase teacher own. Let them peg it to the teachers in the school. Let them peg in other country. The important things are given attention, full attention, such as the security officer and strategists, such as teachers and doctors. These are it is only the ambulance that can be on the center of the road, and the president is coming, it will park for them to pass.
President will park. President will park, ambulance will pass.
That's what I'm saying. The president will park, make ambulance pass. Yes. Why our brain come for that country upside down? You go see important things, they give less attention. You go see teacher where they produce the future of that country, the value of that country. They go treat them in nonsense way. Look at medical professionals. Every country, they just see Nigeria as a big elephant meat where they go harvest doctors, they go harvest brains. They drain the brain from that country. They enter their country. You go here say somebody don't do one kind of magical thing. You go check their heritage, their root. Now Nigerian, originally from Nigeria, way back. You go here say this one. Now the children of an immigrant. If those things they happen for Nigeria, you know what things say by now we go not do it with it. But you see, every madness, and I trust what Peter Obi say, when the change is due, you cannot stop it. Exactly. And this is what is already due. You can see, say anything. You know, they see, say everything what they do, like they always enter zero, mistake, they enter error. Just to let them know, say, they don't reject them. If you be person who believe inside Bible, you go discover, say, anybody where God don't reject. Now, so error when you go make man validate rejection. That's going to happen. Anything they touch.
I'm really disappointed.
Even the judges. Nobody go even fear me. I know they fear. The day of the judges. After they talk to you, I believe say judges don't they discuss with them. Tinubu come say, look, I beg. This thing will not go do. Now just to allow you to stay a little longer. But we go just make you. If not, wait till Olisa back Olisa Ogbakabo, Olisa, that the NBA former Ogbakabo, that man said, he said this thing I want hour.
Is he talking about Bakoba? That was funny.
It's okay. It's okay.
Go ahead.
Don't bite your tongue, sir.
Ogbakabo.
Ogbakabo. That guy.
Just say Olisa. Just say Olisa. It's okay.
Yes. Mr. Olisa, which is a barrister. That my guy said that. This thing I only want, they themselves know. Make I tell you this thing. Look, you know, say there's a way, you know, sometimes if you want to bribe somebody, you know, go feel bribe 100%. Then go say, I go fit do one level. Make I add dignity to this bribe. I go allow you stay small, but I don't go feel say you go like that. No way, no go feel happen. I'm very sure that the whole thing that when it go happen when I go say all this fast thing where people they do, where they appoint people, they fire some people. With it now, person will say, you know, say person don't do ritual. I want to die now. You know, say time don't reach. Now how they do it is because in they go. Look, it is time for Nigerians all over the world to gather together in their homeland and make that country great within no time. We have the potential. We have everything.
The world, look, Nigeria to rise up. A question of put like Peter Obi there, you mobilize people. You see. There is no way you can tell me that what Nigeria needs is buying SUV at this point in time. It's a shame. It's a shame.
That's your problem.
Dr. Sia, let's even look back first of all. we are just talking about now that they're already on seat. Let's look at the process first of all. For somebody to take 100, how much? 100, is it 100,000 or 100 million to buy a form? You know what 100 million is? So they have the system have made this position so much attractive to the point that everybody right in his heart, the first thing they treated it as transactionary. So as soon as they get in, what they think about first is how to
monetization
recover. To recover from some of them even go about borrowing money first from bank just to buy form and go in there. What do you expect somebody to get in there eventually? The first thing he will think about is how to recover the money he used in buying the form. So they made it so much attractive that common man like you and I cannot go and buy this form. 100 million for just a form. Then what will he now use? How many million now will he now use to campaign? So you can see that the cost of the whole process is so high to the point that ordinary man cannot even think of becoming a politician because it's so much expensive. So it's only for the high and mighty. So that alone is a big major problem that should be cut down. And for our legislative, for me, it should be made part-time.
Yes.
Part-time when it's necessary. Part-time, they can come in, they should take it as a part-time job, and payment should be made based on every sitting. They should do as an allowance. Once you sit, every sitting you're being paid. Finish. No more fixing of going to waste time for 4 years to 8 years. What are they legislating? What new laws have they brought before?
My brother, you see what we are talking about now is a constitutional issue. When we brought the constitutional issue to the round table, people will say, oh, we don't need it. We don't need it. Is this, is that. You see now, you see all this issue is right in the Constitutional Assembly conference we had. They made it in such a way that they made the legislative less attractive. But these people knows that if they made it less attractive, everything about politicking, they don't know anything. They are dumbhead. They don't know anything about ruling the leaders of a nation. They are all dumbhead. All they know is that they are going after the money. Nigeria is a company, is an industry for them. Simple as ABC. But people argue with us, oh, Nigeria don't need a new constitution. You see the constitution they gave us now. You see the mess it is.
Do you know what Peter Obi will do? How the way he has said it is that say he just comes in, it address Nigerians and say on the issue of power, my plan is to add maybe 20 megawatts on what we have in now, and it will cost us so amount of money. With our technical partner will be Siemens of Germany. This is how much it will cost us, and then to fund this, we've made available a loan facility of this to go into it. This, when you say something like this, you've won the heart of Nigeria because they are now following you. You now said, okay, on the subsidy that has been removed every month, this is the amount that we accrue from the subsidy. This amount will be going to fund that power, so such that gradually within 2-3 months, power will be moving up. Within a year, we should be able to have, even if it's 20,000 megawatts on top of what we are having, and it continues. This is governance.
Mr. CM, Obi will not remove subsidy. Obi is an economist. He will not remove subsidy. I can stand my ground. If you enter there, you will see what's going to happen. He will not remove subsidy because if you want to remove subsidy, your structures, your economic structure must be tight. And what do you make? How do you make it tight? You have to have a sort of a booster, that will boost the economy to drive it to the latter. If you remove subsidy, there is no way you can drive the economic process to the latter because one, the farmers need power, they need gas. Two, the industry need this thing cheap so that they can drive in a lot of people that will come be employed in there. If you remove the subsidy, you not create employment, then what is the need for the employment? Because their salary increase will be high and there'll be inflation. So we got to look at the other side of inflation when you remove subsidy. What are you removing it for?
I think the trick is to remove subsidy and make the lives of the most affected people easier.
No, it doesn't work that way. Go and read the economics. It doesn't work that way.
Let me explain now. Maybe you're not understanding. See, the way I look at it is that if you like in terms of fuel usage now, we are not very efficient the way we are using fuel in Nigeria. You make it more efficient. There are various ways, like banning individual use, single-use generators in estates. We have a lot of estates in Nigeria, and make them in one individual use. In terms of converting to gas usage instead of using only petrol, companies you can also give them.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Where you are staying, tell me any European country that dare to remove subsidy on gas. Tell me now.
So there is subsidy in the UK right now on gas.
Tell me any European country
there's no subsidy.
that dare to remove.
In terms of petrol, there's no subsidy for petrol. There's a lot of tax on petrol.
There's no subsidy on petrol. Are you sure?
Yes.
Go and find out.
Petrol is very expensive. Petrol is £1 something in the UK, and that is in excess of 1,000 naira per litre. There's a lot of tax in it. It's one of the most taxed this commodity in the UK actually. So they don't mess about. They make a lot of money. The government makes a lot of money from petrol. So they are taxing it to hell.
Actually, if you know, part of transparency we're talking about is that, okay, you say you remove subsidy every month. There's money coming in. What are you using that money for? That is the issue. What are you? Because there are things you will be telling somebody, say, look, you are suffering this because of this. The person will say, okay. Because now Nigerians are crying for petrol price increase. But if they can visualize and say, okay, so which means though petrol has gone up, but power, because of the money is going into power, and according to them, this is how much Siemens charged, whether it is $5 billion or whatever, but this money is going into it gradually for the next 9 months or 10 months.
You don't get it. You cannot remove subsidy in a mono economy. It can't work.
No. Listen. Of course you cannot. But if you had like that, they've done it. There's a way you also reassured. Okay.
Technically, let me just say this to Black Panther. Technically, you're not removing subsidy. You're just realigning it. Like I said, you can give the banks a loan guarantee so that the businesses can transition to solar energy. You are transforming the country and making it more efficient while also removing a lot of wastage in terms of paying it just for petrol for people to go and burn it in individual generators and waste a lot of resources.
Okay, how does that reduce food prices of food to the commoner?
That would, because the people that are manufacturing that will reduce it, because the people that are manufacturing that food, you can also make their costs a bit less. Like the tax that you tax drivers, you pull it away, and you also have them transition from petrol.
How will it encourage? How will it encourage more industry and local manufacturer to come in?
To do that, the security now, you invest in security and make sure the system is functional and people can feel safe to do business.
Black Panther, remember, things should be incremental as they are going on. Whoever gives me a solution to any problem and tell me that today, tomorrow is solved, I don't usually believe it. But what people want is tell them that this is the way, and they will be seeing it. Let me remind you of
Dr. Siem, sorry, just a minute. Let's also forget. It's like we're only focusing on one area. What's it called? Subsidy. Let's not also forget that one of our major problems in that country is cost of governance. Cost of governance is so high. If it can be cut down, I guarantee you there'll be a lot of money we can be able to realize within that cost of governance alone.
And we're probably, like yes, that. Even if we may not even remove the subsidy, but we can still get the money from reducing the cost of governance. What of petrol oil theft? Supposing we stop oil theft today, tomorrow. Supposing we stop oil theft.
The problem with subsidies is that when a company comes from overseas want to make money in Nigeria.
Fracture. Oh, sorry.
sorry, can you mute this in? So if you come from overseas and want to come and let's say start a power company in Nigeria, and if you want to charge people for the normal price for energy in Nigeria, because everything else is so cheap, you can't charge that price. And in other words, you are not going to see power companies from like the UK, from America, come to Nigeria to come and do business because everything is so highly subsidized that. But yet, the equipment that you need to build that power station and everything is still coming from outside that is not based on Naira. So when you bring it to Nigeria and you want to charge Nigerians for it, they can't pay it because everything they pay for is so cheap. So that's another reason why you want the subsidy to go away. So that, yes, price may rise, but what it is doing is that it's equalizing with what is happening internationally.
What the people are trying to do is to devalue the currency and dollarize the economy.
No.
That is what they are trying to do. No.
Maybe that's what Tinubu is doing, but that's not what my idea is.
What they are trying to do is to dollarize your economy and make your currency weaker so that they will monopolize it. They are making it weaker.
How?
Okay, now you want to sell the gas to the to the standard of international market. That is what they are going after.
Yes,
that is where they are going.
Because that's what they pay to for it. The reason why
how can you be a producer of crude oil? You bring out crude oil from your soil, then you now remove subsidy on it, and those countries that are not, they don't have crude oil, they are subsidizing their own in order to cushion the effect of small-scale industry so that they will grow. You have not done. You are a developing state. You are not a developed country.
You are referring to, they are not. It's not subsidy that made their local industries grow.
See, my brother, there is no developing country in the world. Go and bring any professor. I will challenge him here. I've read economics book. There's no economy in the world that want to grow. I want to boost this industry that will subsidize its gas.
See, a Black Panther. Wait.
What are we talking about?
We are not removing subsidies. I'm not saying we are removing. I say we are realigning it. I said it.
They are not realigning it. They remove and forget that English.
Wait. Black Panther.
You don't understand then.
Black
forget
Panther.
That English.
Black Panther. Let's say that before Nigerians were paying, was it not 200 or 145 naira per liter? Isn't it? I don't know. I think it's about 145 or 180 per liter. Petrol. That was when they said subsidy. Now they removed the subsidy and they came to, let's just say, 500. So the difference between 145 and 500, which is around 200 and something, is now the subsidy. Let's assume we leave it at 145. Remember that shortfall, Nigeria is paying it. Now the essence of removing subsidy was to get the money. To have, it's like you want to release money from your equity. You want to have money. I agree. But what I'm trying to say is that in Nigerian case, have we explored other ways of releasing money before we go to subsidy? Oil theft, cutting cost of governance. Let us do these two first. Do you understand? Let us do it. It doesn't mean we can cut, because when you stop oil theft, it means that even if it's 1 million barrel per day, it means that the whole 1 million barrel per day is being accounted for. We export it.
Mr. CM,
if it is
what they told us.
Hold on, please. If it is, I'm coming, because when we remove subsidy, it means you need money, because the money now you are no longer subsidizing. So the money you now use to subsidize is now your own. You are holding it. Okay, since you are holding it because you need money, where are you putting that? That's why I'm saying. Let subsidy be. Can we stop oil theft and make sure that all the crude oil we want to export is accounted for? Can we cut the cost of governance? And then, because when Obi said in Anambra State, he slashed the cost of governance and a lot of money was coming out, he used it to settle pensioners and everything. So Nigeria can do with cutting cost of governance and then looking at this oil theft. So when you see oil theft and you stop it, even if within 1 month it has stopped, we now know that if all the millions of barrels we are supposed to export, even if it's for $10, which is accounted for, we know how much is coming into it. Maybe removing the subsidy now may be gradual. You might say from 145, let us make it to 175. gradually will be
Mr.
rising.
CM,
That's what
Mr.
I'm saying.
CM,
Yes.
I stand my ground. A developing economy, a third world economy like Nigeria.
Yes.
You are getting crude oil.
Yes.
You have the largest reserve of crude oil in Africa. You have the largest reserve of gas in Africa. You have the largest reserve of bitumen in the world.
That's a wrong premise you are
now,
going.
Hold on. Let me respond. Let me respond. Let me respond to
Black Panther.
I'm telling you, no.
It's a wrong premise.
We have.
CM, you have already responded.
Let me land.
Finish your
Let
point.
me
Finish your
land.
point. Yeah.
See, when you are developing as a nation, there are some certain incentive you need to put in place to drive home the middle class industry, to move people into employment, to move people in to work and drive home the taxation issue we are having. But what they are doing, they are telling us that if they remove the subsidy, it will encourage foreign investors to come into play the game with the local guys. But what we saw is that we knew that there was no subsidy. We knew that this money was being divided. Then why do you not drive home the narrative that there was subsidy? Now, you are removing something that is invisible to us, that we don't know, that you told us there is no subsidy. That the only problem we have was that there are loopholes. There are people that are gagging up to take Nigeria oil and personalize it and use it to their own interest. This is what we are saying. We don't know the amount of barrel Nigeria is selling a day.
Okay.
We don't know the amount of gas that Nigeria is selling a day.
We know how much Nigeria is claiming to be spending a year on subsidies when it is in excess of $10 billion.
You cannot know that because they told you that there is no subsidy.
See,
so you
hold on. They didn't say there's no subsidies now. Come on. They are not. They didn't say there's no subsidies. They literally
there's no subsidy.
Hold on. Now we can't just be talking like this. They literally quote the amount that is spent annually on subsidies. In Nigeria, spending in excess of this in 10 billion now on subsidies. If that is the amount that is being spent on that they claim on subsidies, then if they take it out, you can realign that 10 billion into something else. And like I said, you can realign it into businesses. It's not going to affect businesses. That's the mistake you are making. You think what I'm talking about will affect businesses? If anything, you can use it to.
You people don't know what you are talking about. You are buying gas for 700 naira per liter, and the average man in Nigeria will enter transportation for 1,500 1 kilometer, 1,000 naira
in a small way. You're not looking at it from the bigger.
No. I am looking at
this is not
from
a discussion. We are not making sense. I will just leave the
I'm not looking at it as a big one. I'm looking at it how it affects the average Nigerian.
Black Panther, I have a question for you, because that's why I said your premise of your logic is wrong. The petrol or whatever you are talking, is it refined in Nigeria or do we import it from abroad?
That is a question for them to answer to us.
You see, okay, listen. Now let me tell you. Our 4 refineries are not working. Dangote is not yet refining. So whatever petrol that comes is being imported. Do you see why subsidy comes in? If we are refining it in Nigeria, no subsidy. It's because we are importing it. That's why subsidy comes in. If we are, say, from Akwa Ibom, they drill it and then a pipe, channel it down to Eleme, it refines. No subsidy. Now we. That's why I ask you. I know what you are building. I allowed you. It's because we are importing it, and because of that fraud. Even if they import it for $10, they may tell you it's $1 billion. So that a lot of fraud goes in there. The only solution is you have your own refinery and refine it internally. There is no amount of preaching or Catholicism that will make them say this. The only thing you can get is a good government might say, we import it for $10 and it is true. Okay, pay us $5 and it is true. Let us add the 5 and it is true. Or we import it for $5 and you have to pay $5. As long as we are bringing it in 4 refineries in Nigeria grounded. Dangote not working. Yet you are using petrol. Where is it refined? It's imported. That is the issue. That's why this issue come up. That's why I'm telling you. That's why this issue come up. So assuming we can do magic wand, then one of the refineries is working. We are okay. We'll be managing that gradually because it's a shame that a country like Nigeria is not having a single refinery importing petrol. It's not done. It's not done anywhere. So that's why all this when our refineries were working, we weren't hearing all this subsidy. Even if it's not on this magnitude. So because we import it, even the 700 we are paying, as long as the refineries in Nigeria are not working, we are importing fuel. And Dangote own the promise is not yet working. We are importing fuel. So when we import, they will tell you, oh, maybe this month they imported with and trust Nigerians and their fraud. You remember the book I said about Okonjo Iweala? When you go, they found out that Nigerians our government is really evil upon the people. The way they just siphon money for not doing anything. So the only way this thing could stop is if we are refining. As long as we are not refining, it's imported. Because
exactly.
If
you're not refining, you're not likely to get
the
benefits because you can set your own price then. But
that is the thing.
But one thing we have to guard against is to have prices that are extremely low in Nigeria. If you have prices that are extremely low in Nigeria, it means people that come from outside that want to come and invest in the country cannot make profits. Because if you have tools that you bring from overseas, where things that cost more overseas and coming to Nigeria, how can you make profit? Then you're keeping businesses out of Nigeria. So we need to lift our own standard cost of living to match most countries in the world, so that now their businesses now can come. Let's say our energy cost is similar to what is in the UK. Then you are going to see UK companies come to Nigeria because it's a bigger market.
See,
they're going to leave the UK and come to Nigeria.
Mr. Tunaja, if the people themselves don't have money in their hand to buy whatever they produce so that the economy can run, then you removing subsidy, you remove subsidy and companies are not coming in, and the buying capacity of an average Nigeria is not there to a minimum whereby it can attract foreign investors. It has failed.
I'm not supporting the subsidy the way it's been implemented. I'm not supporting it. CM, please hold on now. CM, hold on for a bit. I'm not supporting the way the subsidy has been implemented. But in terms of the idea behind it, I think the Nigerian economy needs serious rejigging. When I was in Nigeria, I was frustrated by how wasteful we are. The petrol we're burning in generators, we can't even harmonize our petrol generator use in estates. Why are individuals allowed to own individual generators? That's one of the ways you can make this more efficient. We are able to remove bikes from the street. Why not remove them from individual estates, so that you have 1 or 2 communal generators that can be easier to maintain and easier to it uses more less fuel. Then you do the same thing for the marketplaces. You can restructure the country, and you will be surprised. The petrol usage will drop by 20%. Now that is savings again. It is removing costs from people. Taxes, you're going to use it to remove costs from people. There is a way you would do it that, on balance, not much changes. Not much changes for the people if you restructure the way the country works. And that is something that we don't know. Here in the UK, they do that a lot. They will restructure the stuff, even if they don't increase your salary. Even if costs went up, they will find a way to do it so that the people will not get hit so hard. And that is something we are not doing. I'm not saying like remove subsidy and just leave the people empty. You can remove it, protect the area that needs to be protected, because the subsidy, remember, everybody's getting it. The rich with billionaires, the billionaires are getting it, the poor people are getting it. And so why that's not fair? That's not a fair tax. You're charging everybody. The rich shouldn't have to be getting subsidies. It should be the poor people that are getting it. So you target those ones, and businesses, you move them away from using petrol. Petrol is expensive. Over time, solar is going to save them money. If they have any other form of renewable like hydro or wind, you fund them to go in that direction, so that it will save the country a lot of money, and you look for a way to save this business tax. Then what you are going to do then, you are going to plug the suffering of the people, one, And then you are still going to have companies from overseas, even Nigerians coming from overseas, to be able to come to Nigeria and listen, invest. Obviously, you need to fix security for that to happen. So, it's a Black Panther, don't see it from the point of view that we are removing subsidy and we are disadvantaging the Nigerian space. As a matter of fact, if I had $2 billion to invest in Nigeria out of the 10 billion that they are going to save from subsidies, I can open more than 200 to 300 distinct manufacturing companies in Nigeria in a year. You're going to have jobs and you're going to have real quality engineering manufacturing in Nigeria. So why are they not doing that? So you can create industries because there are companies, they are online, they are selling them. There are companies that they want to sell from overseas. These are companies that are operating in an advanced economy that knows they have the logistics, that know where to source products and everything. They haven't, some of them even have intellectual property rights. Buy it all. And then you know what you can do? You don't even have to bring all the entire company to Nigeria. So the company will be running overseas, any foreign exchange for you, and you transfer the money over here, transfer the expertise to Nigeria, and open another branch in Nigeria so that they can start manufacturing in Nigeria. It's like no brainer. There are too many ways to magnify the interest that can come from the money that you take out from subsidies. But these our leaders, they just do these things and they're not telling us anything. They just say, oh, they're going to double the money they're going to send to state allocation. What is the use of that? You double the money you send to the state, it's just more money for the governors to steal. What are they going to do with the money? You know, I see the way he's using the money so far. I'm not very happy with it. I'm not confident that anything's going to come out of it.
You see what you just said now is very unique and a good analogy, and you made a very positive impact. You see, whenever you do something in Nigeria, you create one room where the other room will collect and move forward so that you can drive the economy, and you don't have a solid laws that can be implemented to hold people down and accountable for things. You see, what you've just analyzed now, you are opening SPV for people, ordinary people like you and I, that will go there, they will sabotage it and take more money because there is nobody held responsible for anything that happened in that country. That's the problem. Because any system you put, Okonjo-Iweala was there, a system was put in place. Some governors challenged the system. They challenged it, they drop it down. Our economy was going up when that system was created by that woman. But all of a sudden they said, no, they don't want it because because there's no room for them to create an SPV because they couldn't pass through that man the woman because she was a brick wall.
I think the diaspora is a key factor because they will find it hard to fight the diaspora. Because one of the biggest problems to fight the diaspora is that many of them are not only Nigerian citizens, they're also foreign citizens. So, because what happens in Nigeria is that they intimidate people a lot. When you hear that somebody has been attacked in Nigeria, you know, if I talk, what is going to happen to me and my family? People are always worried. So the diaspora needs to start standing forward and putting themselves in the way. If we want to change that country, we have the ability to do it because we are not subject to their controls as much as they do with the people in Nigeria. And I can understand the fear. If you're in Nigeria, would you know, it will play in your mind. If they have your number, they know where you live. They can come there and do anything to you.
Particularly if you have a rogue government in power, everything that won't care. Anyway, the thing is that I had expected that left for me because the final antidote to our oil, all this refiner, what is it called, petrol, fuel and everything is our refinery must work. It must work. You know, that's why sometimes a sincere government, no matter what, can easily say, okay, how much will it cost to fix one or two refinery for a start? You might say it costs also $1 billion. If you make all this money they are borrowing, you put it in one and they start working. Look at 8 years of Buhari, it was the 8 years of in this type of thing waste. Because without our refinery working, it's a shame that even if we are importing fuel, it's not the best. Because we take crude oil, we trade in, we do all these things. A lot of so many wayo is in the thing. I know this subsidy they're talking about is just a built-in figure. It depends on how genuine the person is to explain to you this is the real situation with the subsidy. So until our refinery works, and how much will it cost to fix our refinery? We have 4 grounded. Even if it's 1 that we were able to fix, let that one be
Why are they not
serving us
even?
well.
Why are they not even giving us monthly updates on what is happening with the rebel? What is all this
That's it.
pengasing? What are they all doing? They should
I
be
don't
harassing
know.
them to be giving us updates regularly on what is going on with that refinery. All
Not
this
only that,
darkness that we don't know anything that is going on.
that is the
That's
thing
how they
now.
steal and kill our
That is the thing.
industries.
That is the thing. So
See, what about the state governors? Why are they not building modular refineries? Look at
I
Akwa
think
Ibom
that
State.
there's some of them that have been built already. I saw someone on TV the other day saying they built some. I think it's that the government haven't given them supply of crude oil. They are trying to get access to crude oil, and the government is moving too slowly.
Moving too slow. That is the thing. So the thing is that I mean we all know we all have to agree that because of that corruption and the interest to make this SPV, this oil subsidy, oil business, most people are making billion kill from it. So all these procedure, they know what to do. They know, even if at our level we are analyzing it and it's quite simple. The refinery is not working, you make the refinery work, then no more importation. It's as simple as, I mean, how can we be importing? We import what do we import from abroad? Maybe we import finished products from abroad, and we are importing petrol. It's a shame now. We are not supposed to be importing fuel. We have to put our refinery in order for domestic, even if for anything, for domestic consumption. For domestic consumption, it should be in order. Then we'll be doing it so that we don't end up bringing petrol, I mean, using dollar to go and buy finished product and bring it in and then start to sell and then start to fix price. No, it shouldn't be. So that's why in the oil business, a lot need to go into it. That's why I'm saying if we sort of streamline it, know exactly what is happening. I mean, Nigeria has no business even borrowing money the way we are doing it. When you borrow money, you share, you increase price, you increase your salary by 114%, then you borrow money to fund it. What sort of economics is that? You are putting us into deeper problem. We don't produce anything, we don't export except crude oil. Even crude oil we export and we import petrol, nothing. Nigeria is ravaged. Nowhere is secure. There is small thing that Nigerians in Nigeria could have done business. Okay, look at agriculture. People are saying that this food scarcity or cost of food stuff is because of the fact that farmers couldn't farm, maybe insecurity, or the little they did because of flooding. So a lot of things are affecting. A sincere leader should come up, and then first of all, I keep saying it, communication. Whatever, let it be that you talk to, just explain to people whatever you are doing so that people will buy into it and they know where to be patient and then where to criticize, and as I criticizing you, take it back. That is government. But everything is done in secrecy. You don't know what is going on. All you hear is that maybe they borrow money. You don't know why they borrow the money, just to increase, and they increase salary for what? So a governor,
See,
when it comes to, yes, they should be able
do
to,
you know the
open up. We
see
need
sorry
transparency in
see
government. Yes.
the reason why you see all Nigerians, old, young, anyone who have listened to PO, or who listen to the person who listen to PO, why everybody clamor for Peter Obi is that all you are summarizing, to summarize everything you are saying, the embodiment of all these things is Peter Obi. Everything you are saying, and that is his own way of governance. Somebody who is so common to the commoners, somebody who sees himself as somebody who is nobody, somebody who you can talk to directly, somebody who is not just promising you. The person they promise you, saying I just to promise you. He don't practice am for 8 years. Now how he do it on. He don't leave government. They go take one pension or godfatherism pot, or they do federal government, it can't enter Senate, from there, can't enter this thing. Look, the day Peter will be enter, you will see when they say resignation, you never see resignation for Nigeria before politics. Watch. You go see people they resign, say I resign, because they don't say somebody they come at them. So they want honorable discharge, they go just resign,
I
resign. You
know
go
they are
see.
in court too, but with the way Labour Party is behaving right now, they are a little bit unruly. The ones that are in office, I don't know. I think the last time I heard
Which one?
about the OT of Abia, he seems to be doing okay. The last time I heard about him, but the ones in the House of Assembly and Senate,
The,
I
Oh,
don't know.
the
I
disappointment
expect
so far.
most of them. Most of them, they are not experienced. Let me tell you, most of them
experience. You don't need experience not to be corrupt. Oh.
Apart from they are not, they are
my brother, you don't need the experience to raise your hand in the house and say, look, this is not what Nigerians want.
I know.
I mean, you have to be.
Just imagine that. What would be that one when the say was president? Tinubu say, never knew that this guy is so intelligent, this and that. Then later on, he come back when he went on that fire. Then he come and apologize. Say, no, you can see people be say they never know what it means to say to go fight a cause somewhere. They're not. That's why I say they are inexperienced. Not about saying governance. How to go fight a cause. Labour Party.
He was looking for favor. I can tell you that.
I know.
That's what they are all looking for.
You know what he do. How can you say? You know what they do? He look for favor.
What that guy never read that. Look, my prayer be say, Peter Obi, Peter Obi enter. Peter Obi is like a lion. It's like an old lion who know the terrain of the whole forest. And now every animal submit to him, but they quiet like say, you don't know anything. We will never know. For me, I believe say, waiting we don't hear about Peter Obi.
Maybe that House of Assembly member knows that Peter Obi exists, and yet he went and said what he said.
I say he's looking
that
for
is very
favor.
concerning.
He's looking, of course, now. Of course, well, he's looking.
When
maybe
he looked around,
probably he must have gone back door. They talk. They say, okay, go and they talk to the people. Let's see, just like to pass the public interest test. They now come there and they yarn nonsense to know whether
the guy might not be experienced. That is I know I feel experience.
You don't need the experience to be corrupt.
No, not about this. It's not about corruption now. But they are using this. Just like now, you go among elders. The way they want to influence you with their old age, and they will use some words. You will begin to feel like, let me respect him because of his old age. You come to a point before you don't say, wait.
Come on TV and start saying, I didn't know this guy was so prepared for office. Your party is in court with this same person. You are saying this guy is so prepared for office, he's doing so well.
The guy is on a mission.
That man is experienced about leadership.
There are certain things you can't make excuse for a grown man for. That's a grown man that ran for office. He's not totally incompetent. He knows what he's doing.
Not even a grown man. For you.
Many of them they got elected by Peter Obi.
Yes. For you to go and be telling the world that the person that deprived your principal of his what is this, and then he says no, he's just he's going there for favor, but maybe he wanted to test the water whether he go escape him. So that is the thing. I'm not making excuses for you.
To add to that, for me, for somebody who has not been on seat before, who has not been in power before, that person cannot also say that you have not been observing from distance, at least just how much. You that is sitting in the stadium watching from far, you already seen the mistake, you already seen the loophole, you already seen the weaknesses afar. If you are given the opportunity to go in now, you already know, okay, this is the area I'm going to concentrate on. This is the thing I'm going to do to make sure that I bring a change. I know it's not always like that. This is F. Emmanuel.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on. I'm not finished. That's number one. Then number two, this one now is to Peter Obi. If, for instance, now Peter Obi comes in now, another important thing I want you to also concentrate to, in order to make his governance a superb one, is to try as much as possible to automate the system, to make sure that the system is less of human involvement, more of how will I call it?
Technology.
Technology based, exactly. Let it be technology driven than human involvement, because through that human involvement that is bringing about all this bureaucracy and so many hurdles which they create SPV. But when it's automated, you find out that you can easily track who did what or whatever, who did what or what's it called? You know?
You not know what won't happen to Nigeria. Look, you not know what it come. When you see Peter will be quiet, you don't know the cluster of bomb. It go bomb the electoral unit. It go, in fact, it go purge jam. If you're the computer expert, it go format every sector, especially of public office. Or Okonja Iweala, make I give you this tip. He will be very, very much active. I don't want to mention people they on the air, they want land as Peter Obi come. You go see, governance, nobody go to kill again, say I go become this one. But you go see, that pure sanity they can't do. Your rule will be defined. How much they get per sitting. Nobody goes hungry for that.
When he enter, all of them don't lose their job. All of them.
And all these ghost workers, they are creating here and there. Everything will become the thing of the past.
You know one thing Peter Obi did in Anambra that made me happy and surprised. UNESCO used to fund I think they give grant to third world countries in education. So when he came to Nigeria Obasanjo launched the universal UBEB, universal basic education. Yes, UBEB. So Peter Obi said there's what they call counterpart funding, in which if you bring 50%, federal government go match them. But now UNESCO money. So they called Peter Obi, said your state has not accessed it. Peter Obi said, well, how does it work? Peter said, for primary school, he said, I will do it on one condition. That money will leave Abuja direct to the headmaster of the primary school. I don't want it to come to me. From Abuja, UNESCO office, direct to the headmaster so that I know he's accountable. He said, because if you bring it to Anambra Ministry of Education, there's a toll gate. From the toll gate of that Ministry of Education to the toll gate of the local government, he said, before you know it, corruption. He said he doesn't want. He said they laughed, but they agreed. He said, if you want me to sign, I don't want to see the money. From you direct to the headmaster. If you agree that, so that I know that he's getting to the man that need it. The man, that
exactly. That's doing that alone has reduced the bureaucracy that that money would have passed through.
Exactly.
You know,
he said it doesn't. He said because this is the person that need it. Take the money from, give it direct to him, so that when we want to audit, we hold him responsible. Not that you bring it to Anambra Ministry of this, then it comes to governor's office. From there, it moves to the commissioner's office, ministry. From there, the commissioner will sit on it for 2 months before he releases it to the. He said, no. He said, all those toll gates too much. He said, he doesn't want it. He said, from UNESCO office in Abuja, direct to the primary school. Did you agree? He said, yes. He said, okay. He signed. So nobody sees it except direct. So if it's something like that, I know Peter Obi will do it. When he comes to government, we say, look, the budget is for this person. You go and take it. That is the thing. You see, simple cutting waste in government can give Nigeria billions. Can give Nigeria billions of naira.
In fact, Dr. CM, like I said earlier, if Peter Obi comes on board, and he's able to automate some processes, you find out that there will be less people, even in government, that has to do with what's it called, employment. Why? Because the system is on autopilot. That is, it's automated already. Where you need 10 people to work, one or two person are the one manning that position. And just like here in the US,
it will be efficient.
Exactly. Exactly. AI is replacing a lot of human involvement in jobs. That's why you see a lot of people are losing jobs today. Artificial intelligence. So you have to automate a lot of.
It will create unemployment. No worry. It will create unemployment and they will use it. The thing is this, redundant, people will be redundant, massive unemployment will come up. So they would think the government has done the wrong thing. I will criticize him. Why is this?
Look, go into farming. Let them go into farming. We need food.
No, the thing
the good thing about it is that will also make the younger generation too to go about making more research and going to study more to embrace themselves with the recent technology too. Because the way we studied back then is no longer the way people are studying now. a lot of things has changed. You understand? People will now upgrade as well. So doing that, we also bring about more what's it called, educated people in the system rather than old school. You know.
Right. Gentlemen, I want to leave you people to go and sleep.
Just go there.
Look, good night. Because this is an American session. All of them are US, isn't it?
Where you there?
The UK.
Move from UK, come this side. Okay, UK now where old people. Once you don't retire, you go stay free.
That's
UK and Nigeria. UK and Nigeria not be the same thing. What's the difference?
Now what for you?
On the mother.
Not be the same time zone. Not be the same time zone.
But when I go elect Trump, America, on I heard the correct when they elect person like Trump as president.
No, you see, as you mentioned that in the CN, make I tell you one thing. You see that this system when America don't build for you, for any human to fight them, they hard. Even though you bring what it be named, you bring even one small 16 years person or 29 years, may come be president. We be say you know go fit change them. You could just have to do your best within the system. Not be where Buhari go break law. There is no special law enforcement system that will go after him because why? When new president enter, he go put the influence over the army chief, appoint new person, appoint. You go tell you before you appoint, I say, look, at the time you go there, nobody can command me or to come they tell me say you want to come look into my case as EFCC. You hear me? You go say yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Then I put you there. So you are loyal to him, not to the system.
You feel say next year Trump no go contest. Can you? I think I done the hear and say then go clear him again. Then go contest.
No, people say there is nothing to hold him. Everything an allegation. He has not been convicted. Nothing. So he's still a free man like you. He will contest until there's a conviction before he can step out. But right now, he's going ahead and he has more than 65% right now as we talk to win.
Yeah, really.
More than 65%. It is, look, you cannot, if you don't stop that guy by that conviction on time, he will win the election because Biden is not a strong candidate for him to contest against him. No, look at even his age, look at the other they fall. See what they talk, dementia. I beg, you know, go feel me. Trump, they talk like say now be the lion, and everybody listen to them.
But they say Trump created more job in America. Is it true? When I were there. In terms of job.
Where the American people are they by their border side? The thing they say with the year from corner, the other day they come our country here. Trump created some jobs. But the thing that made Trump stand out is that Trump is always a man who does what he says. So if he ever promises during campaign, trust it, he's going to do it. And he said they want to make America first, great first, no other thing. Trust me.
And nobody can mess with
why
American
why do we say that he does everything that he says? He didn't exactly build the fence.
No, you know what happens to Niger. You know what happened about that fence. Even though he said that Mexico will pay for the fence, and
he said he was going to build a wall, and he built a little bit of the fence, a beautiful fence as he calls it. And
he said Mexico go pay for it. That is the aspect that makes me laugh.
And they didn't even pay for it. And so
he had his own way.
See, I think what stands out about Trump is that I think people need to understand why Trump is popular. The reason why he's popular is because he's trying to defend the interests of the white majority in the country.
Yeah.
Trump is racialized. That's why they support him. Even women that he insulted openly still voted for him. So because there are certain things that go beyond economic interests or so this is why the people that support him don't care about all his antics or even corrupt interests. Like they know he's corrupt. He doesn't pay tax.
Yes.
But yet they still vote for him. Even church will vote for him. So it tells you that that guy, he knows the message that and that's what makes him, for me anyway, makes me uncomfortable with him because I know he's racialized. He's for the Europeans. That's what he's for.
That is what connects him and Peter Obi. Obi know the message. What is what needed to be heard now. Everybody join on the warning band of Peter Obi. Hey, this is our man. This is the person. This is the prophet I've been looking for. Everybody, if not for the intimidation, look, if they want to do something, say let them ready do a flat ground, a level ground play, for politicians in Nigeria. Peter Obi, I'm sure, he will win without no intimidation, no anything. 90% of the entire country will go vote. They will give out to Peter Obi. You would look at even with the intimidation for Yoruba land. Yoruba look at the two things. They say, now this man, even the look, I beg, there is no way, there's no way. This thing, this will never conclude except Peter Obi is installed. It will never look to who look presidential, who talk presidential.
You see, exactly. I wanted a man that will sort of help Nigeria in terms because our people are soft. The way we run government in Nigeria since I started following, it's not. Nigeria is run based on a personal basis. Na me, they in charge. I do what I like. Give my friends job. Eat, embezzle money. Do anything. You want a person that will just come in, look at the entire country, use the talent, Nigerian talents all over the world. Use them to achieve your aim. Use them to lessen the suffering. Open up the country, talent everywhere. Address the problem of the people. Even this security we are talking, I'm sure if you go like American Army or this all over the world, there will be intelligent Nigerians that are intelligent in every field. Bring them in. If they can fit into the military and IT, put them. Intelligence gathering, put them. This is what we want so that before something even happens, you forestall it. Our military will be effective all over the country, 24 hours non-stop. When you come, you know that you are dead. We now know why to clamp down on crime the way that it is happening. There are a lot of things. Police, well trained, responsive, increase their number everywhere you want, anywhere in the civil society, in everywhere. You see, all these things, it requires a leader who want to be really up and doing. But all these things require somebody who is not interested in stealing money. Because the moment you have the idea that you want to build your house in Dubai, build this, build that, you've got a divided attention.
After 20 years of preparing, and he's still finding it difficult after a month and a half to get a cabinet.
A cabinet.
You spent 20 years to prepare, and you are still.
They say it's a strategy. That's what do you know what really put me off of this government is how can you be borrowing money for SUV? No, you don't do that.
The strategy, the only strategy, sorry to cut you, the only strategy that Bola Tinubu knows is how to meet, how to scam, how to what's it called? How to fake things. That's the only strategy he knows how to do. How to make things that, let me use that scripture, how to make things that be not as though they were. So he's just a master in faking things. You understand? Okay, let me tell you, even with all the strategy, Peter Obi still won him. So tell me the essence of the strategy.
Because of his track record of all this forgery and all those things. But look at how can a serious president coming to Nigeria be talking of borrow money, buy SUV? How can you be talking? We're talking of how to reduce. If you have a SUV bulletproof 10 or 5, keep only one. Sell the 4. We are looking for money. We are looking for money to invest in power, looking for money to upscale our security, looking for money to, what is it again? I mean, let's say these basic things. You are taking off how to buy SUV.
And all those things is not from overseas. Why are they not going to Proforce to do this for them? Proforce in Nigeria can do these things.
You see, I mean, it's like somebody will say, do these people really know what time is it in Nigeria? What people are talking about? You borrow money, you're talking of SUV to buy. Oh, no. You can't do that now. You can't. Tell me the justification for giving a senator more car. Tell me the justification for bring. The thing is that, to be honest with you, it will only take a leader who will expose all these loopholes. I mean, the consumption going on, for you to know that if you do manage our work, even. By the way, I think in UK it's only the prime minister that uses official car. I think it's only the prime minister. Other minister, you either you join train or if you can't buy a car for you don't. But in Nigeria, a chairman, everybody official, SUV, bulletproof. For what?
That
For
make
what?
the kid to become leader because it's too attractive. Even if like it's not because of your mind that you get now, say that in a big business for you. Once you enter now, they will give you money for wardrobe. They will give you money for that. Now you have direct access to the church the church account.
Do
To
you
the
know?
state
Do you know
account.
the person where they ride Okada go do Okada from 6 in the morning till around 10 or 11. You see him park, you go buy pepper, 150 naira, the sun. You, the senator, is subsidized. They are giving it to you free. Is he supposed? Is he
The rich
supposed?
getting it while the
You
poor
see,
go get it
well,
other way.
is it possible supposed? In the UK here, they don't buy free pepper. If you want to buy pepper, you buy pepper.
Not the way talk that himself say you can't come to the
Amen.
UK to the house of government and eat. Say they'll come organize that is your food, or they will take you have to go for coffee. The person will
No,
pay.
the thing is, anyway, well, let's pray that Peter Obi gets in. There are a lot of audit we have to do because there is money. There is money. Nigeria should not be this bankrupt. Cut the cost of governance, remove great money, put it to where it's needed,
And
strengthen them. Yes,
just your people go come that your country come buy citizenship because they want to hide like this here. So that to uproot them, it go there hard. They go buy citizenship for a country, then they
America,
go run.
now the same thing. America and Keyamo no buy house for Texas.
Because they no say this guy where they come. Hey, this guy go look for where all the go use broom to the strip where all the day where is predator. Because he say, look, anybody who when they connect with my present administration, we go find you where you there. If the pass don't go, I don't go close my store, they pursue criminal. But if
It's
it
true. Okay.
happen,
Oh yes.
from
Oh yes. Peter Obi said it. In fact, the thing is, there are a lot of things we don't know that is happening. To be honest with you, that is my
since
conclusion.
a
There,
day for the street of Dubai. Oh, you
there,
never know,
there are a
eh?
lot.
Zamfara good for the street of Dubai. Why government not
Yes.
account them as one of the natural resources we get for the country?
I think.
Some did they already
I,
book
I think. I think more of the problem Peter Obi is facing is because he's not as corrupt as them. So they are thinking that if this man comes in and start this is austere way of putting eye everything, cutting this, cutting that, cutting this, it won't be easy for them because all these are. And he said it. He said if I'm not stealing, my wife is not stealing, my children, my family is not stealing, my friends around me are not stealing. You've cut corruption by 70%.
it's gone down.
Oh man,
That
make I go sleep.
you know,
I go see you on tomorrow.
that that,
Thank you.
that guy Peter Obi na genius, eh? He be like
He
person
knows
wey
what.
dey get more degree in Nigerian politics. He know where the corruption dey. He know where they start from. He know
You know.
that is why he trained himself, before he reached there. So he was bold enough. Do you know what you are saying? A Nigerian politician to say, if you find anything on me during the heat of the
Yeah.
campaign, I will stop campaigning. Yeah. When he said that
No,
thing, I said, my God, they wait for the next 2 days for Keyamo to come and say, this is the man who said that if you find anything on him, this and that.
nothing.
For where? Verify. Nobody defeat the come with it. It's still not going to verify. God was to turn on their flesh. They were looking for every verification to be made as asserting to corruption so that they could bring that from his face.
He's so sure now. He knows. EFCC know the disturber because he doesn't. Peter Obi,
It
his record is that he did not borrow even one kobo from anywhere. Yet he did all he did for Anambra and still saved money and keep. What else do you want from a governor? So at least that shows he's honest. That shows he's honest. Save the money without borrowing. He didn't want nothing. The plot of land, not even one. No street is named after him anywhere.
Look at that kind of self.
No, it's true. But
You know, when I
don't go take one of the longest streets in Enugu, where they named after British people, change it to in name. change Ike Kweremada Avenue. They buy houses everywhere. Peter no get. There's no street in Anambra anywhere named Peter Obi Street or a plot of land. But now say he be get. No need them. He said this for. He said he came to serve Anambra. After serving, he go put everything down, go in way, and that is what he did. Very clean.
Right.
So if we take it to federal, to be honest with you, he go hard. It was Peter Obi that said people they complain. He say people complain. Say they allow people. He do it too tight hand. They bring this thing. He say people are not happy with him. Peter Obi saying he no promise anybody happiness in his manifesto.
I think someone like Peter Obi, his own is that I think he's not like greedy. Once he's got enough, he's not like going overboard. And this is one thing many of our leaders don't understand. They don't want to stop. They just want to keep stealing and stealing.
What are you doing?
Peter Obi is like a contented person. He doesn't like to go overboard.
What do you need
with
all
anything?
Those?
Exactly.
You go and put house in America, paying tax where you are not living there. House in Dubai. What are you doing with all this? House in the UK.
Yeah, Nigeria needs a president that operates like that. We just need a president that operates like that in such an austere way that knows how to. It's just a shame. Let's see what the courts do.
Yeah.
To go get 40
just imagine that gigantic house for Ignacio that Nigeria was just showed us today. That one is like almost. It's as big as some of our villages back home. That you have used to build a strong industry, that will be productive for the country. But that house now, tell me how many people is living there? How many people that are living there now? That can fence big house with whose money? And yeah, EFCC is not investigating such a one.
They say Lucky Igbeneghu did first time for Edo State. People say, no way, go second time, he failed. Look at what did he do? He say, Papa say, if person fail class, me gonna allow and repeat. he said,
really?
Oh no, yes, ask Edo people. That's it. He said, first time when you do 4 years, Edo people say, no. This man is a failure. He can't go for second time. So when in the campaign, then Papa say, they say my son failed. If he fail, I'm not gonna allow and repeat class. Maybe if you fail the class, you repeat them. No, it's true.
Can you see?
Ask people. He said,
in short, our family members too. Family members too of the politicians are also another big problem that we should also not forget.
Of course.
They are also encouragers of these politicians to loot more.
Of course. No, the thing is, if you want to succeed, you keep your family members at bay. You tell them so that they give you that gap. You do what you want to do. But if you bring them in, some will embezzle money, do so many things on your behalf where you not even know. Anyway, well, let's just hope that, as for me, my annoyance with this administration is how can you be buying SUV when Nigerians are crying? Look at
the guy get the money that they expect.
That's what you call misplaced priority.
Priority, my brother.
I tell you. But he tell you before saying they come misplaced priority. So I go continue from where Buhari stop. And they come there because of my turn. My turn to do what? To shop. I don't say for the chop. I don't go chop. Now our time to. So he don't tell us before. That is why we refuse to vote for him. And that is why we're in court. All those money where they have bought anyhow, he go vomit them. I trust one thing, say the kind of, because we need a stingy person. Peter Obi, everything about Peter Obi just the right for the moment. Not be the person be say they very flamboyant and very, very lost in wastage.
Exactly.
So we need somebody who's stingy. When you go look, you see, I can play that video, where Peter Obi they talk over and over as if the thing are music in my ear when he say that they can't bring Then I said they need to change the table, a furniture. Now I constantly the professor use. And so it's for the last point now. Make the yours dust and clear. I go still not be to write. I go take a write. I don't want to write. I go write for them. Leave them. Oh Lord, I just
he say Intel in cabinet say
I'm
they
also
want
proud.
invest. He say Intel in cabinet say he want buy nursing buses and then cards so that you go use. They say, hey, how you go buy nursing? We started yesterday. You don't know whether the car is good. If the brake fail, you go keep people. Peter Obi say, look, we are buying it. Anybody where he kill, make he kill. Anybody where die, make he die. People where not go die, make them stay. And that's what he do. The guy they stubborn. Anyway, when I pray he comes in, and then Nigerians will see a lot of all these cutting costs. People will know that Nigeria is rich, that we don't need to borrow couple. We don't need to borrow money.
How many billion we don't owe? We don't need a margin. Borrowing.
I think they say 77 trillion. I don't know which one. I figure why here. I don't know whether it's true. Around 77 trillion.
Yeah. People Obi don't sell all those aircraft we get. Those Nigerian Airways. If you don't sell some, if you don't sell some of those government cars, say 100 cars, they follow one person. They go where? Where did they go? Where 100 people they follow me? If you don't sell,
Nigerian Post Authority guest house, they're London. Peter Obi said only Nigeria, their post authority.
In fact, another important thing too that I think Peter Obi should also look at outside, automating the government, making it, this. Apart from that one, we should also open up all these port authorities, all these our port, apart from seaport exactly. Open, as soon as those seaports is open, I guarantee you will see massive development across the country, because the one we have in it's causing a lot of bottleneck, and it's limited.
It's true. Anyway, gentlemen, good night. May I see you next time.